Okay, start recording. Good. What's up, tricksters and tricksetas, and welcome to another Tier 3 sub VOD review presented by your favorite rating coach, Charlatano Papito, all of that stuff you already know about. Today at our coaching table, once again, we have our dear friend, Max Lamar. We already did a VOD review for this guy, as far as I remember, and it was 2 months ago? 3 months ago or something like that. So we'll see what our friend Max Lamar is doing right now. And did he listen to any of our advices, to be honest, because that's what usually people don't do. Now, hello tricksters and gorillas. As you recommended in a previous analysis, I've created another account and I'm making better quality games by spending more time in personalized games or training. I train my aim every day. Okay, you can do that. What's more, I'm trying to vary my agents by playing mainly Omen and Jet because it's complicated to lock Duelist at this elo and to get quality smokes if I play Duelist. Not to mention the installs for insta-lock. Like, when you're below Immortal 3, like, just play what you want to play. Like, whoever insults you that you're an insta-locker filthy guy, just carry them. And no, fuck it, like, literally, you know, if you're playing with gold players, they're really rust. Thank you for 82 roses, bro. Muchas gracias, man. I remember you. How are you, bro? Like, so sorry. This guy was creating content in Valorant like a long time ago. Thank you for another 50, man. So basically, what I was talking about is you're playing with players that are gold, low elo. You know, if you make a mistake, they're not perfect. You know, like, when you make a mistake in with nuts in a team, or with the top 50 players, maybe they can judge you a bit. You know, they're better than their tier 1 professional players, but a gold player is like a gold player, so who the fuck cares? But, you know, a real problem in low elo is that you will have some really bad controllers. And smokes in Valorant dictate a lot, you know, how the rounds are gonna go on both attackers and defenders side, in both postplants and retakes. So, you know, it's a good idea, you know, like maining a controller or having a controller as a secondary pick anyways, like to fill a bit, like, you know, if you don't have a controller, like, the match is winnable if you're in low elo, don't get me wrong, like, it's okay, but it's still good having a good controller in your team. I found that my win rate has increased a lot with the principle of quality games rather than quantity. I have an okay win rate except on Haven, where I have more trouble, I don't know why. I also tried to use all the weapons at my disposal. Here is a game where my team really wasn't very good and I talked for nothing, fake call, etc. I also had a bit of rage in this game. I find it hard to stay calm when my team does anything. I'm also trying to play aggressively to compensate for the fact that my mates aren't good. But I don't think that's what I should have done. How can I improve my playing style? Here's the link to my tracker. Okay, let's see the tracker first. Okay, I mean, like, in this act, when we actually did your VOD review, and when we actually did some coaching, I mean, this guy was like, no, actually, this is where we done it. Like, basically, you were bronze 3, silver 1. I mean, you had a pretty decent run, and a good run, like, in this act. To be honest, like 55% win rate, solid KST, solid playtime as well. I don't know what is the MMR of your account. You know, I don't know how much you're winning or losing when it comes to rank rating. But this was good. Now, in this act, I have no idea what happened to you. Like, basically, did you stop with the training? Did you stop? Like, I don't know. You know, like, I mean, all of your stats are pretty good. The only problem for you, like, is KST. Like, your team play can be a lot better. Like, your impact seems a bit low, you know? Like, you're not really contributing to closing the rounds and closing the games, as it seems per these stats. Basically, high ADR and high KD don't matter if you're not winning the games, winning the rounds, and if you're not actually a refraggable ally. But to be honest, like, I mean, like, you played only 48 matches, that's like nothing, and you lost like 6 more than you won. So it's whatever, like, you just started playing this act, to be honest. So it's not that big of a deal. Overall, like, I mean, well, let me see the stats from this act when you actually started playing. It's much better, to be honest. Like, I mean, in terms of where you played a few months ago, but still, like, you know, this playtime was really nice. Like, this act was really good. But also in this, like, your KST in every single act is really, really low, man. I mean, it's not really... I mean, it is really low. Like, 69% is, like, basically, you know, suboptimal. Like, bad, essentially. Still, like, you know, like, in this low elo, you really, really need to focus on that refrag game a lot. Like, basically, you know, like, you need to look at the minimap, ask yourself, like, who in your team has the highest chances of dying, refrag him, and that's it. Let me see some of the stats from the previous acts. Yeah, you pretty much perform on the identical level. Pretty much. Clutch percentage is still bad, but it's only 48 matches, so whatever. Yeah, you're playing Omen, so like first deaths, first bloods, like it's okay. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. 60 last deaths only. We talked about this in the first VOD review that we did for you. Like, basically a good ratio between the amount of games that you play and the amount of last deaths is 1 to 4. So essentially in low elo, like if you play 50 matches, you should have like 200 last deaths. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, you should be baiting the shit out of your teammates. But in low elo, let's say for an example, like you end up 2 versus 1. Or 3 versus 1, I don't know, like no matter what is the scenario, like, you should never be the first contact. Because especially in low elo, like in gold, you have no idea. You have no idea if your gold Phoenix or gold Raze is gonna refrag you and peek with you. But you always know that you are gonna refrag your teammates. You always know that you are... I don't know what... My PC is gonna explode, like, it's so loud. Like, basically, in low elo, the problem is, like, you know, if you do the peek onto the enemies, and even if you communicate, you know, you tell your teammates, like, let's peek together. 3, 2, 1. Chances are 50-50. If your teammate is gonna refrag you and peek with you. So you need to play a bit of a baiting game, trading, especially because your stats are really good for a gold player. You know, like, with these stats, but you should not have a problem getting to Platinum 1 easily. To be honest, like, you seem like a player that is able to, you know, get a kill, stay alive, like, play a trading game. So you need to reserve yourself a bit more. Once again, that doesn't mean that you should bait the shit out of your teammates. That simply means you need to play smarter around these allies. Like, for example, like, every match you have a really, really decent amount of kills. But also you have a really, really decent amount of deaths. Like, for an example, you know, in low elo, having 18 deaths in a match that went for 24 rounds. I mean, like, with 25 kills, we probably could have minimized, you know, the amount of times we died during that game. Or let's say, for an example, you know, like, in every match, like, you have like 2, 3, 4 deaths that seem preventable. I mean, it seems like you don't need to die in that many times. Here you died instantly somehow, like, so what you decided to do in a first round on a defender side of Pearl is peek doors. As a controller. Respectable. How the fuck are we that here? I just looked at your tracker, I picked a random match, a random round, and already a huge gameplay mistake. Playbook, agent guides, Discord server, come on. I mean, I specifically said it in my playbook. Okay, first round of Pearl, you want to play around the connector. But if the enemies are pushing art towards your teammates, you rotate towards the Gecko, play the refrag game with the Gecko, Cypher is holding the B-Link, getting that information, and that's it. Why would you ever, with Omen, peek in the first round, mid-doors this aggressively? And enemies are probably also walking. Now, how do I know that they are walking? Because you died at 006. So reaching this position in 006, they probably walked out mid. So I don't know why you even wanted to gather this information. Like, you should have played passively, just defend. The whole point is, like, we can already find these game knowledge gaps That should not be happening for you, like, especially not in a first round on a defender side of Pearl. When it comes to... let me just take a look at other things. Okay, your defense is okay. You know, defender side is okay. I mean, like, it's not bad. It can be better, of course. But on attack, like... I mean, KST is pretty low. And that's where you're losing most of the rounds. So, during this VOD review, we'll especially focus on your attack, because this is... You know, like... You can do something much better. And we'll see what is that something, obviously. Loadouts... Not bad. The only problem here is, like, in eco rounds, you don't exist. Like, with Omen and Jet, you should be able to trade yourself for 1 kill in eco rounds, like, easily. Buy a shorty, buy a classic... I don't know, with a classic pistol even, like... Play some cubby positions, some aggressive strategies, like... There's always some kind of a way to trade yourself in these eco rounds. Especially in low elo. Especially. And in semi-buy rounds, you have a very low KST, and I don't know why. Like, these are the rounds that are actually impacting you in a bit of a negative way. Like, in full buy rounds, very nice. Pistol rounds, very fucking good. But semis, KST is like... What do you do in semis? Like, well, why are you dying so many times alone? Without any support. And ecos, I mean, I don't expect you in ecos to have some superb KST, but you should have at least 1 KD with an agent such as Omen, let's be honest. Weapon versatility, a bit better than the last time, I guess. I don't remember. Not really, like, I don't know. Like, not really better. Like, still, you know, you're not using Operator as much as you should. It's a free yellow stick, let's be honest. Then Shorty should be your primary, primary eco weapon, if nothing else. Especially on defense. Judge, I mean, we have Split, we have Ascent, we have Sunset. You're playing in gold. Shit on these guys, like, easily. Stinger, probably you can use it more as an anti-eco bonus, you know, force by weapon, bonus round weapon. Outlaw as well. So versatility kind of went low for some reason during this act. But the last act you played really, really nice, man. Like, last act, yeah. Last act in was so much better. But to be honest, last act you played 132 matches. Like, this act you played only 48, so only God knows where you're gonna end up. Overall, you know, just based on the tracker, I would simply recommend you to keep doing the training that I originally shared with you. Maybe I'm gonna share with you something else today, or something more, like some videos or something. You know, some additional coaching content. But, you know, you are on the right path, but some of these mistakes cannot happen. You need to be a bit more reserved. Close out these rounds, close out these matches, like, carry your team, done. Like, you cannot die in the first round of Pearl here. Like, let me see something else, like Lotus. We started on the attacker side. We're pushing C. Oh, Reyna dominated us. I don't know how you lost this duel, to be honest, here. And to be honest, like, you know, I don't know what type of setup you used. Like, this, you need to take this kill on Reyna. I mean, she has only no shield, Sheriff. You have probably a classic pistol, triple shot, like, that should be an easy kill. Second round, we should put C again. Tell your teammates, you know, in the first, like, 3 rounds of Lotus, let's push C, guys. Trust me, it is always the best idea. Going B in a second round of Lotus, when you lose the first round, the most predictable shit ever. And stupid, as well. Now, once again, I don't know how Sage with the Ghost killed us all, but that's why the VOD review exists, you know. We'll see. I mean, anyways, we're doing a VOD review today, so we'll see what are your problems as of right now. Haven, the lowest win rate, huh? Actually, I don't know why I submitted Haven. Like, basically, when you're trying to improve yourself on some map, and win rate is not everything. Like, basically, what's very important is your performance as well. Because win rate can be dictated by what type of teammates you get, like, what type of enemies. Is there a smurf in a team? Is cheater like shit? It doesn't matter that much, you know. But on Haven you have like 1.4 KD, like 185 ADR, 300 almost ACS, like 52 delt, like we'll see. Like I mean, sure, every map, from every map you can learn something new, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, let's see what he's doing with Omensky on the defender side of Haven. Just a moment. Yo, Neo, welcome man. Tomaslav, welcome man. Can you take an old 43-year-old killjoy main from Iron to something not laughable? I've coached like some very, very old players, like I coached at least like 10 players that are above 40. And 3 of those players got immortal. Now that was a long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know. Ranked got better, I guess. I mean, it didn't really got better, it got worse, but you get the point. Just got on a 9-game win streak with my 3 stack. Kinda mad I lost the 10, but whatever. Are you proud, Papito? Moisted. Absolutely moisted. Okay. Let's see what this guy's doing. On Haven. Ooh, something is weird. Yatara. Welcome, brother. What's the best? The best way to figure out why you lose a fight is get a coaching. Listen, let's talk about Max Lamar is here, like the main star of the show. Let's learn from him. So, Haven, you queue up the match, you queue up the map on a defender's side. The first thing you're asking yourself, what are the basic rules that I want to follow on this beautiful map? Rule number 1. A site, default bomb site. C, secondary priority. B, third priority. Second rule, Haven is a slow rotation map. So basically, starting from the 5th round, we need to base our rotations based on information that you gathered in the first 4 rounds. You know, from the 5th round, you need to ask yourself, like, do enemies like to fake? Do enemies like to lurk? Do enemies like to fireman execute? Just like how fast are the enemies? Do enemies have like one cipher that is always in my anal cavity? You know? But in the first 4 rounds, you should just play fast rotations and support your teammates as soon as possible. Don't go behind the enemy, just rotate as soon as possible, because you don't know who are you playing with. You know, like your teammates might die while you're doing this, for an example. Now, another rule that you follow in Haven: first round, you always play on the A side and gamble on A. And the second round, you always start in the garage and gamble in the garage. Why? Because on the attacker side, when enemies are playing Haven, chances are above 80% that the first contact between your team and the enemy team is going to happen somewhere here. You want to be in this area, especially defending the garage in that second round. Now, in the first round of Haven, like with Omen, there's nothing to debate. Like, basically, you should always do the classic pistol shorty strategy. And I have fully explained how to do this strategy in my playbook that you already have for 3 months. And I hopefully, you know, in these 3 months, you actually analyzed everything and implemented everything. So let's see what you're going to do. And how bad is this going to look like? In low elo, you can go with a light shield and 1 shrouded step and a shorty. But if you're playing from Immortal, a bit better idea is to simply go with 2 smokes, paranoia, 1 shrouded step and a shorty. But it doesn't matter, it's really up to you. Anyways, in this first round, usually you won't need more than 1 smoke in low elo. When are we gonna, like, how many times did they explain? Like, literally, I remember from 2020, I was explaining this strategy. Like, literally from 2020, I'm talking about this, and, okay, you start here. You know, you drop a shorty there. You start with a classic pistol. You look up in the air, like this. 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops. It's almost impossible for enemies to hear this. Why? Because they're also probably stomping in the A main area of the map, and you're pretty far away, so they cannot really understand what the fuck is going on there. Like, 3 drops Shorty, classic is here, shorty is here, we're waiting. And I have explained all of the different variations, what we should do if X happens, what is our Y response. You cannot leave the classic pistol behind you, because once you fire these 2 shots, if the second enemy is engaging you, you won't have time to reload the weapon most of the time. You need to switch to the classic.
Enemy spotted.
Listen, like, the only times when you want to smoke yourself here is when enemies use some recon ability to reveal you. Like when you're playing this classic shorty strategy, you want the enemies to push you. Like, you want to fuck up the enemies completely in this short area of the map. Like, basically, if you do this type of a smoke, in low elo, you know, I mean, when I say low elo, I mean everything between Iron 1 to Diamond 3. Players might lose the confidence. You know, like, they might be like, nah, there's a smoke there, let's abort the mission. That's why, like, when you're doing this strat, like, you just, you know, if no one is scouting you, if no one is droning you, like, just sit here. That's it. You don't even need to fight the second fight. Then after the first fight, we can maybe drop a smoke and do something else. And here, pushing with a shorty, that's a crazy idea. I must admit, like, I respect the confidence, absolutely. But listen, like, there's no pushing here, essentially, when you're playing Omen. Like, you're doing this only one strategy. If enemies abort the mission, they go back. Doesn't matter, we tried it. They aborted the mission, take a classic pistol, let's play the refrag game with our teammates. Period. Anyways, your Reyna already got a numbers advantage, so we don't need to do anything special. What do they think for the rate?
Yeah, we could kill him.
Like, everything that you're doing right now is comedy show, essentially. Like, I'm just too tired to laugh. But if you didn't do the smoke, I promise to you, like, whoever was in the shore there would have pushed you. You would have gotten an easy kill, made even a higher numbers advantage, and that's it. But here, I mean, you're presented with another opportunity. Like, whenever you see that one enemy is this separated from the enemy team, like, chamber is all the way in the A long, and enemies are rotating back to C. You can try to surprise that guy. You know, in low elo, players are very, like, unaware of early aggression, you know, early lurks, flanks, stuff like that. So here, like, even going with this shorty all the way up to this corner here, not a bad idea. We can probably jump up this chamber, do a bit of bukkake on his face, and then reset around. It's okay. I mean, of course, this is mega risky. Like, I don't. You should have been here with a classic pistol, but let's see this. No, comedy show, comedy match, to be honest. Like, comedy show, though. Like, absolutely. But as I said, like, players are usually unaware of these type of timings and aggression. Like, they pushed A, even if they come back there, they're not gonna realize that you're there. But ultimately, you know how we should play this strategy. Like, we cannot play it. Like, this was way too risky for so many different reasons. Now, after you get this type of a kill, whenever you have a time to reset yourself. Like, you don't need to aggress anymore. Your ISO is going behind the enemies. We have a 4v2 numbers advantage. Take that classic pistol, keep your location a secret. You applied enormous amount of pressure onto the enemy team in a short area of the map. This is a reset time. Like, most of the times in Valorant, like, when the numbers are equal or you have the numbers advantage, like, if you apply a certain level of pressure in a certain area of the map, and you take a kill, as you can simply keep, you know, scoot out. Because enemies are consistently gonna be like, where the fuck is this guy? When is he gonna peek us? What is he gonna do? And if you simply connect with your teammates, bait them for good reason, and that reason is to you know, surprise the enemies, round is over.
Un kill du Farfad des Curieux.
Mega unnecessary play, but whatever. You know, losing this round was almost impossible. Once we got that kill on ISO, you know what to do. We talked about it next round. Now listen, very good. On Haven in a second round, we should be playing in the garage always. It is fine that the A set is fully open. We need to do this type of a gamble in a second round when we are playing on numbers and data. So, option to buy an Outlaw, fine, you can do it. You can also go with a Stinger and Heavy Shield and Utility. You can go with a Judge, Heavy Shield, Utility, Bulldog, Heavy Shield. It's really up to you. I also prefer Outlaw more than any other weapon in these anti-eco rounds. So what you're doing right now is fine. The only thing is, like, I would probably hold a bit of a different angle. If I already bought the Outlaw in this second round, I would hold some kind of an off angle like this, or basically play more on the stairs. But in low elo, it doesn't matter that much because anyways, players' crosshair placement is God knows where.
I am everywhere.
Whenever you're holding these angles, so good crosshair placement, everything is fine. Let's see this one. Yeah, everything was good. Now listen, whenever you kill one enemy with Outlaw, and the second enemy doesn't peek you immediately, take your time to reload that one shot because, you know, the reload of 2 bullets takes too much time, and anyways, you can reload now. The second shot, if enemies are C-long, you know, you don't need to waste your time reloading 2 shots of Outlaw. It's 3.5 seconds, it's stupid. And anyways, like, you know, if I kill a chamber like this, chances that one more enemy is gonna peek you is a bit unlikely. You know, they're gonna lose they're gonna, you know, this ISO, right? I mean, Reyna, whoever, like, they're like, bro, I don't wanna take this fight, you know?
Here.
One garden.
This play that you're doing right now, mega unnecessary. Like, I've seen this in your tracker as well. Like, what are these pushes that you're doing? Like here, even if you didn't get a single kill, like let's pretend nobody died. Nobody died. You don't need to push. Like, why would you go for any aggression? Why would you hunt for any kills? We have numbers advantage. Enemies don't have the shields. Even in a 5v5, enemies have shit economy. Your only purpose in these rounds is to play a proper refrag game, keep your teammates alive, refrag those idiots that are fighting enemies, and that's it. Like here, for example, let's say you didn't kill this chamber. Smoke the window, so your Reyna doesn't take some 50-50 stupid fight. Rotate on B side, fight from the B-man with Reyna, and that's it. Enemies are pushing through garage. Rotate, like, you're just looking at the minimap consistently and asking yourself, who in my team has a higher chance of dying? Here, your job done. Job done. Like, you can continue looking at this angle because your Sage already rotated towards the Reyna, so you don't need to leave the garage open, but you don't need to push.
One garden.
Your job is done. Especially here. This smoke here is also a bit of a bad idea. Like, there's no reason to block off enemies' vision there. And to potentially fuck up your teammates and give enemies some... You're giving enemies space for no reason. If you have the Outlaw, you want to fight them in a long-range fights. Anyways. You want them to be open, visible. You know? Like, when you do this type of a smoke, when you have numbers advantage and economy advantage as well, this ISO of yours, you know, your ISO might decide to push this alone. You don't have a vision on that ISO, and then you're either forced to sell this ISO, or to push with him with the Outlaw through the smoke, closing the gap with the enemies. What the fuck? No reason to do that. Or, you know, you wanna, I don't know, delay the enemy's push there. No, I mean, enemies have shit utility anyways. Like, look who's alive. Reyna, Deadlock, ISO. Like, you're just giving Reyna additional cover to get in the smoke, pop flash you, and kill you here. Why? Once again, no reason. Like, whenever you have a true numbers advantage and economy advantage combined, limit your utility users to bare minimum. Only the most necessary. Some one-way smokes to block off the enemy's vision, default smokes when you're going for the retakes, smokes to fuck up the enemies or go for some outplays if you really need to do them. But usually you don't need to do them. When you have 5v3 numbers advantage in a round where you have the economy advantage. But the main mistake in this round was like, why did we push?
J'ai mis 30 à deadlock.
This smoke as well. Like, no reason for all of this. Like, yes, I also wouldn't trust my gold teammates fighting enemies in mid-wide open in an anti-eco round. But if I already wanted to do some kind of a smoke to support them and help them out, I would do a smoke in the window. That's it. Like you see what you're doing right now. Like, by the way, I would trust Reyna and Sova to take a kill here. Let's be honest, like, the guys are fighting ISO without with a sheriff, without a heavy shield. In a window, they have a guardian, and then I don't know what is this other weapon. But I need to trust my teammates to some degree. You know, and I need to believe that this Sova and Reyna are capable of taking that kill. And even if they're not, we're gonna end up 2v2 with gun advantage. We're gonna compensate somehow. But if I already wanted to cover up these two idiots fighting this ISO, like, what you can do, you can create an improvised one-way smoke. Like this. Bam. Now ISO is completely fucked because of the one-way. And as the smoke drops down, okay, it's gonna cover up my teammates. They can reset for a fight. Maybe they can spam that ISO, get some blind lucky kill, and stay alive. But you do this, and now you give enemies two advantages. Advantage number one. That Reyna, or who is alive? Deadlock. So Deadlock was mid. Deadlock can, you know, sneak into this smoke. This Reyna and Sova are spamming the ISO. She peeks out. You think your teammates are gonna be aware of that in gold elo? Never. And the second problem is, like, you do this smoke. I guarantee you, your Sova and Reyna are gonna continue this fight. But this fight is now working in a favor of ISO. Like, it is much easier for ISO to find a headshot here, than Reyna and Sova that need to spam, like, a larger area of the map. The best piece of advice I can give you is, like, whenever you have a huge numbers advantage and huge economy advantage combined, limit your utility users to bare minimum. Like, most of the times, you don't need to complicate the rounds. You don't need to use any shrouded steps, any aggressive outplays, any smokes. Just play reflex. Like, only use utility that is gonna fuck up the enemies somehow. Maybe flash, you know, to move in, to push in with your teammates, or some improvised one-way smoke onto the ISO, so his vision is blocked and your Reyna and Sova can get a free kill.
One enemy remaining.
But as I said, like, I would kind of trust these guys to get a kill. Like, they have a guardian, they have a marshal. Like, as much as I tell you to not trust your teammates, but sometimes you know, like, if they cannot take that fight, like, what is the point of this game? Like, to be honest.
Spike down mid.
Need healing.
Overall, this can be much cleaner. Like, the first round and second round as well, you won them, but not because of you. You know? Like, as I said, if I go through the games in your tracker, like, God knows what I would find. Like, you need to change your mentality and approach in some of these rounds. Like, as I said, pushing in the first round of Pearl, the doors, for the info in the first 5 seconds with Omen. Never a good idea. Now, the third round of Haven is always a bit of a problem, unless you won the first 2 rounds. Basically, if you lost, sorry. So when you lose the first 2 rounds of Haven, in the third round, once again, you should gamble in the garage and simply play fast rotations between B and C, and pre-assume that enemies are gonna hit, that the first contact between your team and enemy team is gonna happen somewhere here. But if you win both of these rounds, then it's a full-on gamble. And usually on Haven, in the early stages of the game, when you have no idea if enemies are gonna go C, B, A, there's not a single rule, a single stat that we can use that can tell us how to position. Start around B site, you know? At least from B site, like, I mean, you can do smokes everywhere. You can use paranoia everywhere. You can rotate pretty fast and control almost everything. So that is the best piece of advice I can give you on Haven. So in this round here, positioning on A side, not really a mistake. There is a chance that enemies are gonna go A, but there's also a really huge chance they're gonna go C as well, because they still didn't try a 5-man push on C. They tried A, they got punished. They tried mid, they got punished. Usually players in ranked solo queue, they go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because they think they're unpredictable. That's absolutely fucking stupid. You know, if I was playing in the enemy team, I would hit you 3 times on A site. I'm gonna win at least 1 round, you know, like, minimum, against this team composition.
Fout sa gueule ou pas?
Let's see this. Buy options are fine. Let me see, what is your secondary? When you're playing Outlaw, buy the shorty as well. I mean, you're playing Omen anyways. You know, like, with Omen, like, and Jet and all of these agents that use, I mean, whatever, like, if you're using Sniper, it's really good to have a shorty. But especially with Omen because of the smokes. Basically, you know, you fire 2 shots here. You try to take a kill. You do this type of a smoke. In some of these eco bonus rounds, you can opt in for this type of a play as well. Like, after these 2 outlaw shots, especially if you kill 1 enemy, maybe you can do something like this. There's no fucking way a low elo player is gonna expect you here with a shorty after hitting 2 shots from the outlaw. And let's be honest, players in between Iron 1 to Diamond 3, their utility usage is debatable. You know, I very rarely see in my coaching sessions someone using drone to clear this, you know, or Sova arrow or something like that. People are just gonna push you like maniacs because everyone is hungry for the kills.
Ce ghost. Bon,
And staying with Region Shield, fine, good. Okay, angle holding, okay, crosshair placement, not too shabby. And this is what I was talking about, like, the chances that enemies go C were pretty high in this round, but it was still a gamble. So, you know, like, usually in this type of rounds on Haven, you want to position on B site. And just do fast rotations. Simple as that. Like, that's, you need to apply some of these basic rules that I'm teaching in every VOD review of how to position early on in a match. Like, this is not something that I made up or something that, you know, I figured out, like, because I'm a god of Valorant. It's just pure statistics, like data tracking. I've spent, you know, I'm an unemployed Radiant coach for the last 5 years, you know. I spent a lot of time with this game. By the way, one more thing, keep in mind, when you're holding A long with a high pen weapons, Guardian, Operator, Outlaw, if you see enemies peeking the window, but they're not peeking you in A main, feel free to take a shot here based on what you see on the minimap. Like, this wall is fully spammable with high pen weapons, and even if you don't take a kill, you will deal significant damage that might be impactful to support your Reyna or whoever is deciding to take this 50-50 gunfight right here. Just keep that as an option in your mind. Now, the smokes are going to be very important. So, your Sova is alone on the C site. Yes, we should give him a default smoke to stop the enemy's push. And the default smoke should look like this. Towards the enemies as deep as possible, denying them as much space as possible. But, if you think, because we don't know how fast the enemies are gonna push. Second smoke that is very important is obviously this one. Like, this smoke you really need to have on the C site whenever your teammates are playing alone on site without any specific setup and they might get fucking stomped. Especially if they're playing backside. Same as this smoke on the A site here.
Looks like
Shadows traveling.
That should be good enough. But now, I don't know why you're looking at this knife. Cool knife though. I really regret not buying the Exo bundle. Like I really wanted to get. I'm waiting for that fucking Exo Vandal in my store for the last like 6 months. I don't know how long. But at this moment of time, we need to be giving the Sova the smoke, because when you have solo teammate defending C site without that smoke in the middle of the bomb site, they're cooked. Like they cannot dodge the recon abilities, flash. I don't know what enemies are gonna throw at this poor guy. So you need, that is the piece of utility that you should always think about. And to be honest, like sometimes if you have only one smoke, a lot of the times the best idea is to just do this smoke. Fuck the default smoke. Give the enemies, you know, vision here. If you think that your teammates on the site are just gonna get stomped.
Many people see.
Is it good to default smoke window as Omen every round? You don't need to do it every round, to be honest. Oh, sorry, I didn't pay attention. Like, what happened?
People see.
Aha, Sage got a kill, and enemies decided to back off. A respectable decision.
Okay.
And she walled off that C-long. Okay, in these type of situations, when your teammates stop or delay the enemy's push, and you know there's no chance for the enemies to move in unless they break the Sage wall, you have two options. Option number one, play with your teammate that has the highest chance of dying or getting the contact with the enemy team. In this case, that is ISO. You know, we did see chamber at the start of the round peeking mid. God knows where is that chamber. And the option number two is simply fight for information and don't give the enemies free space. Like, on Haven, having the B set fully open, not really the best idea ever. I mean, you can play A set and C set retakes 5v5 at any moment. It doesn't matter. Especially here, we got numbers advantage. We are 5v4. Leave that A set open. We can play 5v4 retake. It really doesn't matter. But giving the enemies that B space and pre-assuming that your teammates are gonna think about that timing, that's gonna fuck us up. So, a very good decision here, but this teleport. Listen, like, you never teleport on the positions on which you lost the timing, where you have no idea if any enemies are there. Like these blind teleports, you never do. Like here, you cannot teleport anywhere. You just hold in a default way the beam and choke point and wait to see what's gonna happen. It's okay, I know A set is open, it doesn't matter, we have 5v4 numbers advantage, we can play retake. Enemies don't have that good of a team composition anyways, and they don't have a controller as well. Retake is gonna be fairly easy. Like when you kill the enemy's controller and you make that advantage, like, it's okay. You know, we can just fight some safe fights. Try to maybe get a kill. And if you don't get a kill, we can just play retake, it's okay. This was a crazy play, to be honest. Because you have no idea where is the chamber. Like, we saw the deadlock and maybe one more guy as far as this saw. And also, when you're doing smokes with Omen, like, sometimes you will have to do them without a cover. But if you can already take a cover on the spot where you're playing, take it. You know, here losing this elevated position and this shrouded step, it doesn't matter. You know, like, losing one shrouded step and elevated spot, or losing my life. But I would rather, to be honest, like, losing my life. Like, I'm not, you know, in game. So just drop down behind the site and do the smoke. You know. Anyways, you should not be here at the first place.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
And as I said, like, this was a second option. You know, like, basically, whenever you stop the enemy's push somewhere, so, you know, enemies push the C site in this round, and we stop their push. Like, it should be logical for you that... no, don't listen to him, that's a WTP flexing. So it should be logical for you that some enemies are probably gonna do this. And most of the times, you know, in this low elo, whenever you stop the enemies, someone is gonna do this. So that is why I said, like, here you had two options. Like, either holding B main, or fighting with your ISO. Now, what I would have done probably, is I would hold the B main passively from this position, just for the information, and as soon as I see that my ISO might be fighting the enemies on mid, I would just rotate, give up this map control, and preserve the numbers advantage. By either refragging my ISO or making sure that he lives a happy life. So that is how you need to think on Haven. Like, it's a huge map, a lot of bomb sites. When you make an advantage, your job is kinda done. So you don't need to risk it more. The thing loser's queue is a real thing. I don't know, bro. Like, who knows? Like, I'm not a Riot Games developer. You know? Like, I do believe there's something to keep the players' retention. There must be, you know? Because at 80% of games are either auto win or auto loss. Like, you know, in solo queue it's hard to have a 60% win rate. That's almost impossible when you play solo. When you play duo, you eliminate that. Like, who knows? You should not even think about it. You know, your goal is to get better at this game. You know? Your goal is to impact the games that you can impact. Like, if other players can get Radiant, you can get it as well. Like, you know, it's not something that is behind the lock. Like, you know, Nats didn't become a pro player because he's lucky. Let's be honest. Yo, Lucifer, welcome, man. How are you doing? I'm good, a bit tired, but good. You need to react a bit more on these fights that are happening around you. Like, for example here, you saw two enemies before you deployed the smoke still in C-long. Your ISO with a gun died in the garage. Like, here you need to make some kind of a gamble or some kind of a move. Like, you cannot just get stunned and passively hold B site. Like, if you already lost that advantage, we need to do something. Like, here you have a few options. We can go for an aggro play in mid, trying to kill that deadlock, and maybe cut off the enemy's rotation. Risky, but we need to do it. We can rotate towards the Sage, or Reyna, and gamble that enemies might continue with advance, and try to fight there, and play the retake of phase still. But you cannot just chill here, waiting for either your teammates on garage and C to die, or praying that enemies are gonna come on B, while they still have the A set fully open. And also, like, with Omen, you really need to have, like, your eyes like this on the minimap. Like, one eye on the minimap, one eye on the crosshair. Especially when you're playing Haven. Like, from the B side, and generally, when you're playing in the middle of this map, you can do a lot of great paranoias to support your teammates in garage, in mid, A short, A main. Like, if I see that my Sage, or here, that my Sage is fighting deadlock in the garage, I'm doing this. I'm giving that Sage a slight advantage to maybe win that fight. No, only God knows if that Sage is gonna win the fight, of course. That's why I'm rotating towards the Sage as well, to kill that deadlock.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
And this is also comical, like, basically, you are 1 versus 4. You have no idea where are the enemies. You only know about the deadlock. And you're giving away your location. Like, how do we plan to kill 4 enemies with 2 outlaw bullets, especially if they pinch us together? To be honest, like, this round here, I would also save this outlaw. And I would just play the exit frags. Now, it might sound stupid, but when you're playing the early rounds, you need to look a bit forward. You know, like, for example, this round right now is literally unwinnable. Like, you didn't win it, you didn't lose it yourself, but you could have done something better. But here, if you kill all 4 of these enemies, you just get exit frags. You damage the enemy's economy by a lot. Like in the next round, they also don't have a lot of money, and we might use this outlaw to get some free kills. I don't know what is current enemy's economy because I need to see the tab, but we'll see that later. So this early on in a match, like when you're playing, especially when you're playing this 3rd bonus round, most of the times, like, you're not gonna win this round. But in this bonus round, if you kill all 5 enemies and you make it very expensive for the enemy team, it's a W. It's always a W. So you don't need to force yourself to be a hero or to make some crazy outplays or to be winning this. You need to be a tens. I mean, not tens, you need to be a Radiant player like smurfing in gold to win this type of a round. Especially against the Deadlock Ultimate. So, what would I do? I would literally go through the mid, try to kill the Deadlock, and play exits at the A long. Probably I'm gonna get like 1, 2, or 3 kills. 1 or 2 enemies are gonna stay alive. Good economy damage. I have the higher chances of winning the next round. Plus, I'm saving Outlaw and a Regen Shield for the next round. Without risking dying. I don't know how you're so certain that how are you so certain that no one else is here? My dude is cheating, bro. Like, you know, second monitor, Tariq stream. What? You know, here, if you wanted to go for this kill on the Reyna, I mean, you can, like, you cannot play Valorant with this level of pre-assumption. Like, there's 4 enemies alive. You heard only 1 enemy. You cannot allow yourself to pre-assume that only Reyna is on the A site. Like, if you already wanted to go for this retake and do something, we need to use everything, basically. Like, you know, you wanna only focus on that Reyna. You make some kind of a cover like this, do this paranoia, run that Reyna down. And pray to God that no one is gonna swing from this smoke. But this was... I mean, generally speaking, like, this whole retake is crazy. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. Reyna peak. I respect it. Full on, crab walk, fully fleshed. How can you not love this game? Like, to be honest, like, I should literally make a low elo league. I was thinking about that. Like, basically, only players that are in between Silver 1 and Diamond 3 can play. And we balance out the teams, and we make a prize pool, basically. Like that would be a cinema. That would be a cinema, man. And also a reason to get silver. I mean, if you're bronze and iron, come on, man.
Shadows traveling.
Did not get that.
No, a crazy stuff in this round is that you're playing with a lot of pre-assumption, man. You know, like I don't know how you were so certain that no one is looking at you. Then you're hunting this gun here. Like, you cannot be so tunnel visioned. You know, like when you're 1v4, it is better if you're paranoid. Like when you're in the like when you're going for these type of retakes or fights, whatever, like your 1v2, 1v3, 1v4, like you need to check every angle, like think about every possibility, smoke this, smoke that, like at least eliminate one angle or clear the angles with your crosser before you go for this type of plays. You should do it in NA. I'm up.
Shadows traveling.
You know, like because high elo players, anyways, you know, they all play these tournaments and they wanna go pro, which 99.9% of them won't make it, but because Riot Games is shit company. But we need to give something back to our dear community, you know, like basically only players in between, like I don't know, Iron 1 to Diamond 3, and we make 5 balanced teams. You know, every team has a 1 Iron, 1 Diamond. Like, I mean, if someone is smurfing, we can easily, authorities are gonna deal with that.
Good luck at that. Doctor, look.
To be fair, he is doing what I would have done, which is damaging the enemy's economy in a bit different way. But I highly doubt he's gonna survive these duels.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. We all heard the guy in the smoke. The chamber.
Doctor, look.
Maybe you thought that's your footstep. Like, I mean, the guy made a footstep in the smoke.
C'est vraiment trop fort.
Velvet is ready.
Sorry, man. Sorry, Tens. Sorry, Ura, like. Sorry, Ura. My bad. My bad. You can coach now. Here, take my chair. I need to put his picture behind me, like, here. Max Lamar, send me your face, like, you're gonna have your face, like, displayed for the next, like, But that is exactly the tip I wanted to give you. Every round is winnable. You know, you should never give up. What was this round? No. There's no way you won this, bro. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. Okay, let me see the enemy's economy. That's one thing we need to check. Okay, so listen here. Now, based on the enemy's economy, we cannot read the enemies. Like, they're probably gonna force this round. They have a lot of money. But, based on what our teammates are doing, and what they did in the previous rounds, we need to make an educated guess. Like, basically, in the first round, enemies went A. Second round mid, third round C. You see this A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 4 of your teammates are garage and C. We need to defend A site. We need to... Delok is rich after losing 3 rounds. She only played Sheriff for 3 rounds straight, as far as I saw. Which is stupid, obvious.
Ça, c'est que s'il veut.
Like, in this round, you should have been playing A site. Because chances are just tiny bit higher that enemies might push A in this round. Also, starting on B would be a good choice as well. Especially because you noticed in some of the previous rounds that enemies like to pick the window. I mean, if enemies like to pick the window, with Omen you can counter them in so many different ways. You know, one round you can hold an off angle like this one. Drop down after a few shots. Then you can TP here, wait for the enemy to swing the window, and after like 1 or 2 seconds, you know, count 1, 2, 3, then go for a swing. You counter the enemy's peeker's advantage, go for a surprise peek. I mean, in low elo, enemy minds are like, you know, blown away. Like, but starting in the garage here, we'll see. To be honest, as long as you don't make some kind of a stupid play and stupid aggression, we should be fine. You deserve to lose this round. Absolutely. You deserve to lose this match, to be honest. Okay, so you clutch the round for your team. You have no idea what the fuck enemies are gonna do. You're playing a controller, you're not playing a chamber, you're not playing jet. You're going for a dry. solo peek in a full buy round through the garage by doing a slow peek as well. Okay, first of all, the peek was bad. You know, like when you're peeking the garage doors, you need to, you know, you come here and then do either a jiggle peek or you swing out with a gamble crosshair placement. You know, you either pre-place your crosshair for the boxes or wherever you think enemies might be at that moment of time. You can do a slow, enemies see your shoulder. I'm not gonna talk about angle perception disadvantage here. Like, I mean, I already explained that multiple times in my videos. So we're not that stupid. Like, my grandma knows about it. Like, if you want to pick this position, you go for a swing. Also with Omen, you want to fight alone in the garden and mid, and take it alone for any reason. At the start of the round, do a smoke, do a paranoia like this. You don't see any enemies. Maybe you can take more space. But all of this, you mainly want to do when you're in some kind of a disadvantage. Economy, numbers, you have only a stinger, Bucky, shorty. You want to get in a face with the enemies. Your teammates are pushing mid, you want to support them. Fine. But this solo play, you never want to do. But literally never. Especially not with Omen.
One mid.
Now you open a Bible and, you know, you're reading through the most important pages because only God knows what your teammates are gonna do.
Bridge. Ah. One mid. Garage.
I wanna see how the fights are gonna end up. Oi. Oi. Oi.
Take flight.
Spike planted.
Enemy tag.
Il y a un mec
Cinema, man. Cinema.
Last player standing.
Absolute cinema.
Stopping fire. Breaking them.
Absolute cinema.
That's right.
Not a
Let me tell you something. You lost this round. You literally lost this round. Nothing else to say. Now listen. In the previous round, what happened? Enemies broke the pattern. So our rules didn't work when it comes to initial positioning. Because I would have positioned on A side. As soon as you lose the track of the enemies on defender side of Haven, your teammates don't want to play aggro anywhere. You don't know where the enemies are gonna go. Start around the B side and play fast rotations. It's fine. Especially when you have the Omen ultimate, you can do bigger gambles. Now, starting on the A side, no problemo. You know, no stress, no need to do... we have the TP anyways. But, let's see what your teammates are gonna do. Okay. Crosshair placement should be a bit higher. I don't like to speak about those type of things. Like, your crosshair should be somewhere tiny bit higher. If you're aiming for the guy peeking behind the boxes. Where we should be aiming. Here you're wasting your time a bit, to be honest. Like, your Reyna is already making the footsteps. She's already running in front of you. She already cleared that no one is in the aim area of the map. So you have two options here. Either use this Reyna as a bait and backstab the enemies, or use your teleport and connect with your Sage. Why the Sage? Either Sage or Aiza are gonna die first. And also, if you wanna support this Reyna, take the knife out. You know, you need to be a bit faster. I would not run, because then I would give out my position and this double flank is not really gonna work out. And bait that we're doing.
Il y a Chamber mid.
Shadows traveling.
Il passe par les portes.
Good smoke. Easy kill now, right?
Oh!
Respect all respect for that enemy Brimstone for being ready for this. But you also, like... Your Reyna just died here. And look... Like... What is this? What are you pre-aiming? Now basically, when you're engaging the enemies, and you don't know if they are like around the corners. So you're engaging enemies, and you don't know if they're waiting for you, or they're also engaging you. When you're peeling these angles, so you're just moving with your WA or WD keys, you need to hug the angle consistently until you're ready to cut it. So if I'm, you know, doing this, my crosshair is here. But when I'm about to cut the angle, so let's say I think the Brimstone is here, I'm gonna stop and do this, or whatever, like, you know, I'm just gonna engage the Brimmy. But you knew the guy's there. You knew there's a chance that he might be ready for a fight. I mean, who knows? Who knows what is in the gold one? Brimstone had, like. But I mean, this was your fight, basically. That we cannot lose. The play was good, like, following up the Reyna is fine. Like, you had two options, basically, there, but...
Mid.
I don't know how you were not ready for that fight. Now, in this round, I will do full-on gamble on the A side. Like, we punished enemies too many times on mid and C. Like, at some point, they need to turn their focus on A. And anyways, like, when you have the Omen ultimate, you can do a lot of gambles on the defender's side. Like, even if you're wrong, you can use your ultimate to connect with your teammates in 2 seconds. So, there's a lot of times where you can simply stack a bomb site to surprise the enemies. There's times where you can do these gambles where, you know, you don't really know exactly where the enemies are gonna go, but you're smelling the enemies going in a certain area of the map. Okay, we can play there. Badminton. Well, see, man. The only difference I would do here is I would play with my Reyna in short. Now, the reason why would I play with Reyna in short is because in the previous round, she was mega aggressive in short. Chamber has the ultimate, and ISO has the ultimate. So, the chances of Reyna dying is abnormally high. If she gets soaked into ISO's ultimate, even if she wins it in short alone, she's dead. But also, I will not allow this Reyna to do a dry peek from A short. Like, for an example, you know, you need to pay attention, like, on enemy's economy, ultimate status, like, and on what your teammates are doing, and support. Like, one of your main jobs when you're playing controller is compensating mistakes of your teammates and trying to preserve the life of your teammates without them knowing that you're actually supporting them. So basically providing a silent support. So if my Reyna is gonna peek into an operator from A short, okay, I'm gonna start with the Reyna. I'm gonna give her a smoke, so we block that vision at least. Reyna goes for a peek, I go for a peek as well. And we fight. Then if she wants to go forward, okay, at least I can do this paranoia. Pressure these enemies, take aim in some kind of a way. But without this smoke, and without your support in short, God help us.
You want to play? Let's play.
Hey.
That's Chamber? Oh, that's not Chamber, that's someone else. I love how the guy said full A. But how full A, man? Like, you know, sometimes giving ghost comms is good. I do it a lot of times in ranked solo queue, like when I need to correct my teammates, you know, like I give them fake info just so they live a happy life. So, you know, enemies do a fast smoke. I think an enemy is in the smoke. Omen with the judge is in the smoke. At least they're gonna use Molotov, Dart, something to clear it, like, you know. But you saw one guy, like, in A-main, but that's not full A, bro, like.
Hey. Full A.
Okay, your Reyna didn't die from Operator, but she died from the other cause.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Now, I mean, these smokes that you did here, fine. You know, they're fine if you want to play up on this position. And considering that enemies don't have any recon ability, it's okay. Like, I don't know, like this setup that you did and how you're fighting right now, it's 50-50 to be honest, like 60-40 maybe if you play on top of here.
It's you and me.
This is why, you know, Aizo still has the ultimate and also Deadlock has the ultimate, so most of the time she's just gonna be good for one kill.
It's you and me.
Now listen, when you're fighting the Aizo's ultimate, usually the best idea, there's a few tips that I always give to players. You know, if this is the Aizo's wall, bop bop bop, and he has a wall here, bop 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 bop, 2 boobies. So take a classic out or shorty, try to jump through the smoke, and try to destroy his shield. If he is not in the middle, take the gun out, and gamble your crosshair placement based on your most dominant flicks. You know, every single player in FPS games, like, you have a certain flicks that work better for you. Like, if you're just going Kovacs or aimlabs, and you try to flick towards right side or towards left side, like, one flicks are always going to be dominant for you. Now, I have no fucking idea which flicks are dominant for you because I don't know you. So, for an example, when I'm fighting in the Aizo's ultimate, like, I always place my crosshair for the far left. Why? Because my right flicks are at least 20% better than my left flicks. So I have a 20% higher chances of maybe winning that duel. I mean, your chances winning an Aizo duel against the shield is quite low anyways, and you need to keep moving to win it. But let's see how you're gonna play it. Or in this elo, you don't even need to move, to be honest. Holy shit, man. Like, these are the decision makings you need to fix in your gameplay. Like 50% of times you have a good idea of what to do, but then other 50% of times you just do some random shit that doesn't make any sense. You know, here for an example, what is that paranoia for? You have a sage wall, you're not engaging that Reyna to scare her away. A fear, bro. Like, you know, inflict the fear into your enemies. Like, don't let them come. No reason to use it. If you already wanted to use a paranoia now, flash this brimstone, teleport on top of here, kill the brimstone, that's it. But also, there's no reason to do anything. We are 3 versus 2. We have paranoia, a smoke later, shrouded step, ultimate, Sova's ultimate, Sova drone probably, Sova arrow, Aizo's debuff. We've just fight together. Like, there needs to be a moment of time in your gameplay where you're like, brother, I worked enough today. My 9 to 5 is over. I'm not paid overtime, you know? I got 2 kills, 1 kill, whatever. I made the numbers advantage. Now you push your minions forward and you fight with them. Or you just fight together with your minions. In this case, Sova and Aizo. Like, this play that you're doing here, way too risky. Like, even if these guys are not paying attention on you, I mean, you don't know that. You don't know where is their crosshair, like.
Was re
Like, you should just play with Aizo and Sova.
rotating.
Making cover.
And in this 2v1, 3v1, 3v2, so what the fuck, bro. 3v2. Just play with a teammate that has the highest chance of dying. In this instance, it's a 50-50 gamble. But just pinpoint one ally. The worst thing we can do right now is give enemies solo fights. Let's go forward. Maybe a bit better idea is to play with Sova. He has the ultimate and more utility. But also playing with Aizo, it's not a mistake. Do you recommend aimlabs or Kovacs? Both are kinda equal. You know, Kovacs is a bit better. Like 10% better, I would say. Yeah, I have playlists on both Aimless and Kovacs. And I also have some public ones as well. Crosshair placement. Once again, I don't want to speak about it. But I don't know when do you lose it. You know, it seems like you lose your crosshair placement when you look at the minimap or something like that, you know. This needs to be something that you don't think about. You know, even if I look at the minimap, I know where to place my crosshair based on the peripheral vision. Work on this problem. I gave you a training for the crosshair placement. Still not there. Still not there. As I said, like, the original training that I shared with you, you can feel free using it still. Maybe you can use it all the way up to Ascendant 1, to be honest. Considering your current gameplay and everything. You know what you said right now? You said, I'm gonna give this round to the enemy team for free. Because your ISO is in such a fucked up position right now. If you don't kill at least one enemy with this play, this round is over. We have no idea where's the Reyna. Reyna cut the noise. She can be outside of A main easily. Like in this situation, much better idea. Fight 2v2. Use ISO as a bait. Play with the ISO, fight with the ISO, die with the ISO. But this play, separating in a 2v2, no bueno. Only thing that you could have done here is maybe play with the enemy mind. You know, use your ultimate on the same spot. Here. Now, Brimstone and Reyna, they have no fucking idea where did you go, bro. You know? You can let the ISO go in front of you. Keep your location a secret one more time. And surprise the enemies. But this is gonna be cinema.
One enemy remaining.
I don't know, like, our gold 1 player's blind. What the fuck am I watching, man? Like, I mean, fuck coaching, fuck about what is this, bro? Like, listen, man, I'm not coaching you to play against these imbeciles, but still, you would have won this round if you did what I told you to do. Like this is stupid. Now, okay, we killed this Reyna. In an just remember the most important tip in Valorant. A bad play that worked is still a bad play. A good play that doesn't work is still a fucking good play. So, feeding your bad habits, such as this one, in a long run, you're not gonna have a success. In this gold one, like, you can make a compilation of clips, to be honest. Like, this is funny.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, now tell me, what do we do? Brimstone is on the B side. 3, 2, 1. We teleport C long, right?
Spike down, C.
I'm just fucking see.
We teleport C long, and we don't risk dying from the garage and from the CT right. And we connect with our ISO, obviously, because it's 2v1 and 30 seconds to plant the spike. No,
30 seconds left.
The garage peak.
Last
I might have a diarrhea, bro, like. That's why I said all of the kills and all of the ADR that you have on the tracker, nothing matters. Like, if you're not winning these rounds, nothing matters, literally. Like, you can take 4 kills, but if you lose a round, you lost a fucking round, basically. And this round is very important right now in a match. Because this round is also both mental breaker and economy breaker for the enemy team. I mean, 5-1, when a gold player sees 5-1, you know, Patrick brain basically engages. Like, they already want to surrender. Like, this is like... Okay, let me give you one simple tip. If you don't know, so you're fighting only one enemy. It doesn't matter if you're 2v1, 3v1, 1v1, it really doesn't matter. The only thing that you want to achieve at that moment of time is eliminate the amount of angles from which this guy can kill you based on timing. That's your only job. So if you're on C site, you have one option realistically, which is getting in C long and getting in some kind of a spot like this or this. Okay, you can just watch this, occasionally check long, that's it. He can still kill you on timing. If he goes through mid, chances are less likely. Because you don't need to check long on every 2 seconds. Every 3, 4, 5 seconds, you know, like he cannot walk from this position. He's not a, you know, Sonic. Or you can go maybe in the CT and, you know, get onto this angle and hold this position while your ISO is coming. But, you know, holding this spot where you can die from CT, from the B side, from the garage, from the side back. You don't want to find yourself here.
30 seconds left.
He actually won a round. But there were so many rounds in this game that if you play other games like this, you cannot expect to have a positive win rate. Like, you simply cannot. Like, this is why you have 43% win rate, even though your stats are far above a gold player. You know, an average gold player, he has like 120 ADR, 1.0 KD, you know, like 16% headshot percentage, come on. Just a question, I tried also in this game Phantom, but it doesn't match my playstyle. What do you think is the best between Vandal or Phantom? It's a personal preference, and what I would recommend you is like the best idea. Practice both weapons, number one. Because you cannot tell your enemies, hey, please guys, can you buy a Vandal for me? You know, you don't know what you're gonna pick from the ground. Second tip is try, you know, for 3 weeks playing only Phantom, 3 weeks only playing Vandal. And based on the statistics, either from tracker or from your personal stats, whatever you know, track something, headshot percentage, performance, how you feel, stuff like that, decide which weapon suits you better. At the end of the day, stats never lie. You know, your feelings can lie sometimes, you know. But stats never lie. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter in ranked solo queue, like, both weapons are equal, whatever you prefer. Or whatever suits your playstyle better. If you feel that Phantom is not for you, fuck it. You don't need, you know, just practice using Phantom and use Vandal as the main weapon. I'm kind of lost. I don't know what... So enemies in the last round, Reyna pushed A. She got a kill on A. Enemies wanted to go A. We got a kill on A. So we stopped the enemies push on A set last round. Okay, starting this round on B. Good idea. They have Brimstone ultimate, Deadlock ultimate. Okay. I play both, and depending how I shoot and how I feel, I change mid-game. Is this bad? At the end of the day, you should master both weapons.
Ah ouais, trop tard, désolé, fallait dire bye avant, j'avais pas...
Full.
It's okay, this gamble that you played on B this round, fine, sure.
I know.
Let me hear the footsteps, like, we heard something here?
Bye.
Ah ouais, trop tard, désolé, fallait dire bye avant, j'avais pas...
Parfadet Kureksu.
I know.
Cover going out.
I don't know what is this rotation. I mean, we don't know where are the enemies. Like, by the way, try to correct this mistake if your teammates make it. Like, basically, it doesn't matter what is your plan on the A set of Haven. Like, it really doesn't matter if you want to play some classic shorty with a judge, with this, with top. Doesn't matter. Like, almost every round, you need to have one player gathering this info. Like, playing A site without this, absolutely fucking stupid. Like, even if you're playing Cypher with a full setup on site, and you want to spam the enemies with Odin from tower, you start the round here, gather this info, and then run on the tower. You have plenty of time. Trust me, like 99% of the times you will get on tower and be ready for your tripwires. But you need to tell your teammates when they're playing A set to at least jiggle peek this angle, jump spot it. They don't need to fight. You know, the bare minimum you should be doing on A site is like this. Like this is like a bare minimum, essentially. Just gathering the info. So I know how many enemies to expect, if I should expect any enemies, and we cannot allow the enemies to get here on contact and then just explode onto the bomb site. I mean, that's the rule you use on any bomb site, essentially. Like this rotation here, this is a full-on blind rotation, like.
Shadows traveling.
And also the smokes. I mean, you use both of your smokes with 0 info. Crazy. Crazy stuff. By the way, your default smoke to stop and delay the enemy's push on A long should look like this. And when it comes to smoking A short, I mean, if you have a teammate in short, and enemies didn't take this cubby, do a deep smoke. Like, there's no reason to give the enemies that cubby position. If Arena is already holding this, I mean, why would you give this spot to the enemy team? No, in this round, I mean, okay, your teammates do a stupid rotation. You don't need to do a stupid rotation. Like, you don't know if enemies are A long, A short. You don't know anything. Like, if your teammates already want to rotate A, okay, let them rotate A and hold A set as 4. But you know, stay around the B set, around the garage, fight for the info. Like, we heard 0 footsteps. We have 0 info. This was a cinema rotation. And cinema utility usage as well. Like, you cannot rotate based on feelings or based on no info, like. I don't know what's with you and these blind teleports, like, how when you want to teleport somewhere, first thing you should, like, when you're mastering Omen. So listen, like, fuck the feelings, fuck the timings, fuck everything. Like, give yourself some time to think. Like, it is totally fine if you're losing the timings for the plays, but you're trying to make a right play and precise plays. That goes for smokes, for paranoia, shot, everything. Like, if you already want to teleport, let's say there. I don't know why, but you want to teleport there. Ask yourself, what are the chances that enemies are maybe holding you from C site, from garage? Was my paranoia good enough? And then go for the play. You decide that it is safe to go for that play. Then do it. You die because of the time, no problem. At least you use your brain to think how risky or how good is that specific play. With Omen, one of the worst things you can do is just doing random shit left and right. Then you will never develop a good feeling for, like, when a certain play is good. You will always do some flexinja, you know, like teleports, you know. And then when when you do them in Ascendant, Immortal, and Radiant lobbies, and when you start dying like a potato, you'll be like, Omen is a shit agent, like negative win rate. It's the agent problem, I should play Clove. No, it's you problem, man.
Il en faut de merde, frère.
Still in sight.
Mais j'ai déjà...
Spike down. C.
Here, you should have been dead. Like, that paranoia was not really good enough for the garage.
Mais j'ai déjà...
Spike down.
And here you should have died. But once again, the bad play worked, but it was not a good play.
C.
I mean, it didn't really work, like enemies know your locations, so...
Je suis pas bien.
And also here, like... You love to fight way too much solo. But way too much. Like, you need to... Whenever you can isolate a fight with the enemies, together with your teammates, always do that. But always. Like, if enemies are already separated in two different categories, and they're not gonna fight you at the same moment of time, fight in area where you have the allies. I'm not gonna mention, we have a spike here for some reason, but that's a story for another time. Okay, you have this smoke as a cover. You can keep this smoke control. Play inside of it. We're stopping the enemy's push from the site through that smoke. We're baiting the shit out of this Sova to get the first contact in the garage. Sova gets the contact, we kill the enemies in garage. Enemies push the smoke. We're holding the shorty, deleting those enemies in the smoke, and that's it. We don't even have a shorty, never mind.
Spike down. C.
Je suis pas bien.
But here, like, going on this in a completely unknown territory. Like, you lost the full info on C, like, 35 seconds ago. Like, your teammates rotated, like, 30 seconds ago. Why do you do this? Like, always fight based on information that you have. If I already know that enemies are in garage, I already know that my Sova is probably gonna fight enemies in garage. Enemies drop the spike in the garage. I wanna take that fight. In a 4v4, in a full buy round, there's no reason to make some crazy outplays, go behind the enemies, do the, like, just refrag these idiots. I mean, use them to fight together. I mean, they're not idiots. We're winning match 5-1.
Not to rotate that fast, please. Not fake info.
I would highly advise you to not talk to your don't talk to your teammates like this in ranked solo queue. Like, when you open the microphone and you say it in this way, you're not gonna get a good response. Like, if you already want to give some criticism to your allies, it needs to be a lullaby. You know, basically, your tone of voice needs to be different. Hey guys, please next time can you consider not rotating this fast in the future rounds? Oh, beautiful Reina. Next time, can we not get a fake info that enemies are pushing A set? Can we hold the A long to get the information of how many enemies are crossing? Oh, Sage, your pussy smells so good.
Ouais, il est fatigué.
You could have hold! Come on! You could have hold! Come on!
Don't be this. Unless these are your friends. Like, I highly advise you to change your tone of voice, how you speak in ranked. Milady, Reina, milady, milady. Like, you sound way too aggressive. Like, at the end of the day, it's better to sound depressed than this aggressive. I know that this is probably the way how you speak and how you communicate and stuff like that, and you're under the pressure, you're competitive, like, but trust me, like, the tone of the voice that you use to communicate to your allies can impact your teammates' mentality a lot, and how they respond to your callouts. You know, when you sound confident in your callout, hey guys, let's push A side because we're gonna fuck them in the pussy, bro, like, or ass, I don't know if you're gay. You know, it sounds better Then if you're like, guys, maybe we should put... Bro, I'm making joke of dyslexic people, but that's not the point. Like, you know, use AI dubbing voice at the end of the day. Yo, Cosmo, well stream, man. Bro, what is that abbreviation? Like, what does the ISTG means? I seriously am gay. I take a 1-year break, peak immortal 145 rank rating. Now a 7-2 stuck in this rank because I get a thrower every 2 games. How do I fix that? You win other games where you don't have a thrower. I swear to God, man. I don't know, like, people, how they not be hard stuck? I play every day. I start and I made like millions of videos talking about that. Russell, mostly, man. There was a video called Radiant Improvement Method. Like, there is maybe start with that video. That's a good starting point. And there is no way that you get that. I mean, there is a chance that you get unlucky with teammates, and you seriously, every game you get, or every 2 games, you get a thrower, I don't know, like cheater or something like that. But at some point, things balance out. Like, I firmly believe that 40% of games are automatic loss. And 40% of games are like automatic win. And 20% of games, you lose or win because you are shit or you are good. So there is no way that only you get throwers and only you get cheaters. You know? Like, I can blame my teammates and basically I can blame the... How do you call this shit? I play with zero delay on TikTok. I can blame a lot of stuff why in the previous few acts, like, I only got to like 500 rank rating. But the truth is, I don't fucking play the game. And the matches where I should have performed, I had a negative KD, basically, like. And that's a problem. My aim training is 15 minutes of Pornhub, 2 hours of gym, 4 hours of coaching, 3 hours of making YouTube videos, 2 hours of answering to your messages. That's my aim training. We won this round. Do you read TikTok chat too? Yeah, I started reading TikTok chat because it's very good. TikTok, the best platform ever. I love my...
Can someone buy me, please?
TikTokers.
I saw. Thanks.
Maxamar, this is a lot better. A lot better.
I saw. Someone buy me, please.
Can somebody buy me, please? We're getting there. We're getting there. No, you wouldn't believe, like what type of, like, in the last 5 years, what I've seen in my coaching sessions and what type of shit I needed to figure out for players to rank up. Like, you wouldn't believe me. Like, I can literally make my own book. Like, the journey of one Radiant coach. Like that comedy show. Like, fucking comedy show. Like, how many times, like, I recommended to some... Like, one time, literally, there was one girl, a really good player. And she seriously, like, you know, the Valorant community is mega mentally dented, you know, especially the men part. And, you know, she was a really good player. Really good callouts, really good information, but, you know, half of the times, like, she opens the microphone, go to the kitchen. And basically, like, we made an, like, AI software where she basically speaks in a male voice. And she got, like, she boosted her win rate for 15%, which is mental, bro. Only because of that. Because she was already a good player, but, you know... I guess when a kid in 2025 hears a woman, like, it triggers, like... I mean, not only a kid, to be honest, like some of these, like, 30-year-olds, like, they're absolutely dented, like... I don't know what's happening with this community. How do you deal against enemies' slow attacking pushes, says Omen, using smokes too fast, etc.? How do you deal against enemies' slow attacking pushes, says Omen, using smokes too fast, etc.? I mean, you'd have two smokes. Really, that is very situational. Like, I cannot answer it in... I cannot give you a general rule for that. Phoenix Enjoyer, welcome. I understand people get stressed, but talking belly to your teammates and thinking that's going to help is delusional. Absolutely, absolutely. Like, literally, if you don't have anything smart to tell, or positive to tell to your teammates, keep your mouth shut, to be honest. Like I went on my stream. I went to myself, you know? In the last 5 years, like maybe 7 times you can clip me where I opened the microphone in-game and I started arguing with someone because they were absolutely mega fucking toxic. Or I played 10 matches of Valorant in a row and I was on the edge. But in 5 years, 7 times maximum. No way you have 20 seconds delay. It's 14 seconds. It's 5 or... No, it's 14. Like, what do you mean 5 or 10? Brother, like, I'm telling you, like, yesterday I played like 3 games of Valorant off stream. The easiest matches of my life. I don't know, like, when I'm streaming... Maybe I'm getting stream time. Who knows, like, what's happening? Maybe I'm just playing bad on camera, like... But I don't feel any pressure. I've been doing this for the last 5 years. You should take off delay for VOD review. I know, but then I need to reset the stream when I grind Valorant. Don't do this play anymore. Thank you. No reason to do it. No, absolutely no reason. We talked about this. Also, this angle that you're holding here, no bueno. Very bad angle. Get out of here. You can play on top of the box. You can maybe hold the doors like... You know, I don't know. You need to respect the angle of perception disadvantage and advantage a bit more. Like, you cannot play here. Like, if I'm engaging you like this, I see the tip of your gun, I swing you out, I delete you. You can hold, like, this position here. You can hold some default angle, like this one. You know? You can play maybe here like this, if you really want to maybe surprise the enemies, because these enemies don't have a recon agent. But rather, like, you cannot hug these walls. And also when you're using the smokes, min-max. You know, like, a lot of times when I need to do the smokes for my teammates, first thing I ask myself, like, do I even need to hold this angle right now that I'm holding? You know, I don't need to be here when I'm doing the smokes. I can just go on the right side and then do the smoke for Sova. Like, I don't know what's the point of this position here. What inspired you to be a Valorant coach? Nothing. Basically nothing. It happened... It was coincidence, essentially. I did a lot of coaching in League of Legends and CSGO. Like, I coached like 1,500 players in those 2 games. And that was one of my main, you know, one of the income I had, like, as a teenager and student. In Valorant, I never wanted to do what I'm doing right now, to be honest. I had a completely different vision. Completely different. But I'm kind of glad that I went on this path, because doing coaching in Valorant is more rewarding and easier than actually grinding this game 24/7. I would have lost my mind if I was someone like, I don't know, someone like Horkus, for an example. All respect. Like, my brother plays 300 hours of ranked in 2 months. Every fucking act. I would have unalived myself 3 years ago if I did that. Like, I love this game, you know, a few years ago. Like, 2022 was 2020 was fun. 2021 was also good. 2022 was also okay, but December 2022, like, I don't know. You know, there's not that much to do. Like, I got Radiant 23 times, like, I got on 2 different servers, like, with 150 fucking ping on NA, like, give me a break. You said that you wanted to have your own gym and be a trainer. We are moving in that direction, to be honest. Like, I got back on the gym grind. Basically, like, we'll see how that goes again. I need to get shredded again, like, I'm really missing my prime. Do you mean emotionally rewarding or dollars? Both. Both. Not really in terms of money, I don't know, like... I guess, I mean, Horkus probably makes 5 times more than me. 6 times. But in terms of... how much... Yeah. Did you ever get that DEXA scan? Remind me again, what is that? It's very familiar, I fully fucking forgot. Maybe in my country we call it differently. Is that for the BMI shit and then for body mass? Or something else? I forgot. My brain is at 10% now. Indie company, sorry. How many clients do you have right now? Just curious. For body fat composition. The lowest I was at, as far as I remember, was 10%. But I don't know if that is actually true. I'll give you one of my pictures when I was fully shredded, and you tell me, is that 10% or not? I mean, I looked mega fucking ripped. You know, I had 6-pack, and everything. But you are gonna tell me, like, if that is 10%, 8%, I don't know, 12%. I mean, I was dying. I was absolutely fucking dying. Like, literally, it was so unhealthy. And I did it for no reason. I mean, I was preparing for some bodybuilding competition in my country. And because of Corona, I never did it. And I started playing Valorant, and I decided to be fat fuck coaching people in Valorant. Now, those days are over. Show pics? I will. I mean, you have one picture on my Discord server right now, but I'm gonna find older pictures as well. I thought being jacked was healthy. Depends how jacked you wanna be.
Cover going out.
One mid.
Blinding.
Okay, we killed the chamber now.
No.
Pitiful.
Good.
My ult.
Okay, what do we do now? Max Lamar, brother, tell me, what do we do now? We are 4 versus 2. We know that one enemy is C-long. We have no idea where's the second enemy. Just play with your teammates, please. 1 round. 1 round.
Is not ready.
Run! But there's no one on B side. Behind you, maybe.
Planting A.
Spike planted.
Once again, you need to play better these rounds where you make an advantage. You're very good at making an advantage. Like, these players are dust for you. Nothing. Like, you spit on them every round. But once you make that advantage, it seems like you don't have a good idea how to keep that advantage and how to snowball the round. Like, what the fuck is this smoke? Like, in these advantage situations, you use some utility that can easily fuck you up and your teammates as well. Like here, we're 4v2. Enemy Brimstone doesn't have a teleport. Deadlock doesn't have a they cannot be on A tower. They cannot outplay us. They don't have a flash. They don't have a paranoia. They only have the Deadlock ultimate. And maybe a Brimstone Molotov. We use a smoke either to deny the vision in A short or on top of the spike. later on to half defuse the spike or to fully defuse the spike. But this smoke here, like, this is some smoke that you want to do when you're going for the aggressive retakes. You know, like for an example, you're playing an eco round, you're doing a 4v4 retake. Okay, we can put a smoke down here like this, and then we can teleport on the bottom, on the top. You know, we can outmaneuver the enemies around the smoke, like the second smoke, not the first one. Fuck up the enemies, like go for a second TP, you know, like apply the pressure. But in a 4v2 full by round, let's see.
We're going out.
Maybe I'm stupid.
Shadows
Oh, you had two smokes. Smoke long, smoke short, clear the site. Easy round. Always expect the enemies to play a bit more aggressive post plans when they are in the numbers disadvantage. But always. Always. I mean, sure, fine. You can practice this and try to do it. Just this is unnecessary risk. Like, you don't need to sweat so much to win this round. You know. And risk as well.
Enemy remaining.
3 killed.
Isn't the guy short? I mean, you know. To be honest, your awareness is still kind of low, and you need to continue doing the training that I shared with you. To be honest, like this match, you should be losing 4-3 or 5-3. Show on stream, come on. I don't have a pictures on this new phone, but I'm okay. Like let's go on Discord. I have only one picture here on Discord, and it's not a good one. Just a moment. Where the fuck did I put that? Oh, by the way, this is my doggo. Shout out. His name is Cookie. Fucking idiot, bro. Idiot dog. And this was like 2020 February. Why did I post such a small picture, man? Like, what the fuck? It's tiny. Resolution 2010. Okay, so let's recap this match a bit. If you already notice that enemies are primarily focused on one specific area of the map when you're playing on a defender side, just keep playing that area of the map. You know, during this whole match, like, enemies were more focused on mid and C rather than A side. Like, only in one round they did a 5-man push on A, and that was the first round. And in the round where your Reyna died in A short. So, if that is already the case scenario, you don't need to think too much. Just play with your ISO, play with the Sage, support the Sova, play with your teammates on the part of the map where enemies were more aggressing. But in this round, since no one is defending A side, sure, you can play A. Anyways, you have the ultimate. As long as you use it for the fast rotation to help your teammates, we're all good. How old are you currently? In a month and a half? In a month, actually. 29. Damn, that's shredded as fuck, though. Respect. No, literally, like, that was... It was hell of a time getting to this physique. Like, literally, the picture doesn't do it justice and favor, to be honest. Like, it doesn't look that good on a picture, but, bro, I mean, you can see, like, literally, look at this line here, bro. Like, what the fuck is this, man? You know, what the fuck is this line here, man? My arm is separated from the rest of the fucking body, bro. Like, You can see my pupils. Unk status.
Someone mid.
Pay attention on your crosshair placement on some of these common angles. You know how to work on crosshair placement. We talked about it in the previous VOD review. Work on it. It should be a bit higher here, just a bit higher.
Someone mid.
Cover going out.
W body, how many years of training is that? 1 year. Like I went from a fat fuck. I was like in February. In February, like 2019, I was like 108 kilos. Full on fat fuck. And this picture was taken in February 2020. For what? Which bag? I didn't. Yeah, take the keys of the car and then just take it back. Okay, okay, bro. My bag.
Portrait.
Watch them run.
One garage at least.
Yeah, that
Guys, I'm not schizo. I'm not schizo. I'm not speaking to myself. Like, relax.
someone mid.
Cover going out.
Portrait.
Watch them run.
One garage at least.
Yeah, that lucky is a garage.
Shadows traveling.
Fight with Arena, get a better angle. I mean, with the Sage. I don't know. What are we jump spotting?
Kill set, please.
You know what bothers me the most? You know what bothers me the most? Is you're not ready for the fights. That literally bothers me the most. Like, you know that an enemy can be there. You know that an enemy is there. Like, you need to physically and mentally be more ready for these fights. Like, it feels like when you're engaging into these fights, you're like this. Brother, like, when I'm about to take a fight with the enemies, brother, I'm like, you know, the guys, someone is in garage. They made the footsteps. How do you know? It's very sloppy. Like, you need to cut more of these angles, you know, there's no minimap. Nothing. Like, if you know you're gonna fight the guy in the garage, you know, crosshair placement's there. Movement there. A and D, there. Crosshair in the wall, there. Bam. We're gonna talk about it later. You need to lock in, basically. If that's 1 year, you can be insane in 2 to 3 more years. I know, bro. Like, I literally, I have such a good genetics for bodybuilding, and I wasted all of that to become an unemployed Radiant coach. I promise, on Tuesday's stream, I'm going to share with you the every picture I have from 2019 and 20. I'm gonna show you the whole journey. I didn't really document it that well. I don't know. I don't like taking pictures and videos, you know, of myself. But I have like at least 20 or 30, you know, like to see my progress, like to ego feeding, stuff like that.
See garage.
Healing.
Thanks.
Both garage.
And this is exactly what we talked about. What I talked about at the start of this VOD review, when we were doing the tracker review. These are the rounds that are gonna cost you a lot. So you're 2 versus 2. You know the location of one enemy. You don't need to be the first contact. In a full buy round, You don't need to be a first contact. In such a low elo. You're the top fragger. You know that you're better than this Sage. You know that if you die first, only God knows if Sage is gonna refrag you. Relax. Relax. Whatever the monkey does, you follow the monkey. You know. We can play a bit of a baiting game, a bit of a trading game. Pew pew, a few bullets in the garage, a few bullets here, there, like swing together, fight together, die together. You don't need to be pushing alone here, right?
Fais gaffe long de Sage.
And also the paranoia was a bit wasted. I mean, you only want to use a paranoia in these examples to actually engage enemies and to make something out of paranoia, to reposition, to outplay enemies. Like, if you paranoid the enemies in the garage, but they have so much space to hide, run away, and stuff like that. Self-employed, respectable. Another good way to coach is in person one-on-one. How is now, show us? No, not good, not good. If I show you my physique right now, I might scare some kids in the chat. I'll show you in a month from now. Like in a month from now, I should already have like maybe a 4-pack, basically. I like going to the gym, but don't know what to do to lose weight, like the optimal way. If I get back to my prime physique, I will 100% make another YouTube channel just for that. I'm gonna share with you my journey. You know? Everyone is different at the end of the day. You know, you should not be doing what I did. I'm really extreme when I do everything. You know, it's all or nothing. If I go to the gym, I'm gonna eat nothing. Basically, I'm gonna eat only. I'm very extreme. That's the point. Probably not the best way to do things in life. There's easier ways.
1B.
And also, one thing that you need to do a bit more during your games is like, put yourself in the enemy's perspective. Like a lot of the times, you reveal to the enemies what the fuck you're doing. You make a lot of footsteps when you should be keeping your location a secret. Right now, like, enemies have no idea what you and Sage are doing. Why would you teleport? Why would you do a paranoia? Relax. You know, play with your Sage. Tell the Sage to play with you. We fight together, we die together. And also, like, when you're going for these solo plays, if you have no idea where are these two remaining enemies, clear every angle. You need to do it. Like, you need, like, this teleport, mega risky. You needed to, basically, an enemy could have been here, 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 behind the box, here, 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 in the window, this position, this position. You're playing the game like you have wall hacks, like literally, like, I mean, it's working thus far, I guess.
1B.
Get on no fat, best way to improve.
Ils vont peut-être. Ah, ouais.
Eat less and healthy and do 30 minutes of incline cardio. Good advice. You know. To be honest, like, 80% of people, if they just do that, they will look like 30% better.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
This is scary, man.
Cover going out.
Someone here.
Shadows traveling.
Listen. I highly advise you, when enemies see some kind of an outplay from you. Like, a beauty of Omen is that you can always do the same outplay, make it look same, but in a different way. So what I mean by that? So basically here, you know, when you place this smoke, I don't know why I don't have sound here, sorry guys, my bad. Do you think I can be Ascendant or Diamond with 50 to 60 FPS and old mouse, everything lag, even keyboard? It's a challenge. not impossible, but highly improbable. That's the best answer I can give you. So, you know, when you do this type of a smoke for a retake, like, if you already show to the enemies that you like to do this, like you're playing against the Brimstone and Deadlock that saw this play, next time, do this. That's why I leave the gap here. And now we can wrap a potential enemy that is maybe waiting for this. And instead of engaging the enemies from the top, we can swing from the bottom, which, let's be honest, it's less likely they're gonna expect that. Or you can do this play, wait for your sage to destroy a wall, and then we swing together here or anywhere where, wherever the sage reveals the enemies. But doing this play and playing this aggro, like, you're way too separated from your allies. Like, you don't respect the numbers at all. Trading game doesn't exist. Like, you're just... You're playing your own game. You're playing your own game. Like, you know... Team play doesn't exist for you. Which is gonna bite you a lot.
Last player standing.
One top. One top.
And as I said, like, we didn't clear anything during this retake and during this push. Yeah. And as I said, if enemies are already predictable, if enemies in most of the rounds pressure one specific area of the map, make sure that you're defending that area of the map. Best piece of advice I can give you. Especially if you are maybe the top fragger in your team, or you just feel you're the most valuable player.
Let's see.
Going for this play is absolutely not worth it. 2 reasons. Even though we won 7 rounds, our teammates are kind of like iffy. Like, in some rounds they die immediately. In other rounds they do some unimaginable plays. Reason number 2. Enemies have the ISO's ultimate. If they pick up the Sova from the site, and your ISO dies as well, we can pack the bags and, you know, give this round to the enemy team.
Working.
Cover going out.
I love that Sova just left the seaside, bro. Like, he was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Shadows traveling.
Okay, now when you're going for these flanks and lurks, you know, behind the enemies, you need to hit really good timings to do them. Like, for example here, we cannot be peeking enemies in Omen because we don't know what our enemies doing. They might be playing default. They might be rotating back to A. Like, right now we need to get some information to continue with this play. And also, here, you hear the Chamber's trademark, so we need to wait for one smoke to replenish so we can pass that trademark and continue with this play. Or maybe Chamber is holding us, who knows?
Shadows traveling.
What do you think, what is the highest ping you can have for competitive Valorant? 80 to 90. Like, already at 90 ping, it's pain in the ass. See? This is what I'm talking about. We don't know where the fuck are the enemies. Like, this peek that you did here, mega risky. And also, you need to pay more attention on your peeking, positioning, movement overall. Like, you cannot drive around this corner. Like, what if maybe one guy is up there, here, like, you have no info. Like, if I want to clear this area of the map, I need to pull myself all the way towards this wall, jiggle peek, this angle, then this angle, then I need to pre-assume that one enemy might be here, holding this position. Like, it needs to be more methodical. You need to be cutting the pie more, and only the angles that you cannot cut, then, you know, like, you peel them and do some shit like this. But if you think an enemy is in this corner, jiggle peek, then we can peel this shit, whatever. But this is a pretty common angle that people hold when they're holding the lurk and flank. We need to cut it.
Back is A.
Spike down.
After this kill, bye-bye. Like, after this kill, what you're doing is you're getting the fuck out. Like, you're using a TP here, And getting the fuck out, bro.
Down A.
Don't give your anal cavity. Don't give your anal cavity to the enemies. Nobody likes to get butt fucked. And here you should have scooted all the way to this position as soon as possible. So you're getting the information if the enemies are continuing with a push. But your job is done. I saw a video of 10 saying that 144 FPS is enough and anything above that is just extra smoothness. I don't know about 10s, but brother, I can see a huge difference. Huge difference between 144 Hz, 240 Hz, 360 Hz, and 540 Hz. Difference is marginal as you're going higher. But if you put me a monitor that is 240 Hz and 540, I can guess 10 out of 10 times which one is which. And I will definitely perform better on 540 Hz. Also, if you give me an OLED that is 480 Hz and a regular monitor that is 480 Hz, day and night difference.
Where was I? Okay. Back mid.
Someone see, someone see.
Back is
I don't 540, no, I'm 480 OLED right now.
mid.
It just looks better. But I fucked myself up with this monitor. Like, as soon as I got this monitor, I started playing worse. Immediately. 27-inch, I don't know, it's too fucking big. And something about this monitor, like I get dizzy, bro. Like, I don't know if it is the OLED panel or something. I cannot. I played 3 games. I'm already tired from looking at this shit. It looks amazing. It looks really good. Like, colors are fuck the TN panel. But there's something about this OLED panel that just it feels different, bad in a bad way.
Spike down mid.
For me, at least. For me. Stop with the solo plays. Period. That's that is the. So, how can we summarize your defender's side? Once you make a good play, don't make a bad play. Don't make a stupid solo play. Try to reroute yourself. Keep your location secret. Play with your team. It's done.
One enemy remaining.
Done. There's no reason to risk this fight. The problem is, like, this match you're winning only because these enemies are mentally in, I don't know, out of the game. But I can see how these bad habits can destroy your win rate in the future. I mean, this guy has every positive statistic possible and a 42% win rate. Yeah, some people experience headaches and eye strain from OLED, and now you're telling me that. After 9 months, you're telling me that now. When I was getting the monitor, where the fuck were you? Tolka. I cannot say that word at the end. Ah, that's the community. That's my friends. That's my friends. I don't need enemies. What I want to say is Maxamar. You know what you need to find online? Some kind of a coach that is gonna electroshock you every time when you go for a solo undisciplined play. Like that's what you need to have, to be honest. I'm not gonna talk about crosshair placement.
Someone see? Someone low.
With Omen, forget about these orbs. If you don't know if enemies are gonna peek you in A long, where are the enemies, forget about it. Omen ultimate anyways is not that useful, you know? Only if you're one ultimate orb away, and you need this ultimate to rotate fast on C, then pick it up. But if you're 3, 2, 4, 5, like, not worth it. You're getting a fucking teleport. You're not getting a raised ultimate or jet knives.
Cover going out.
That smoking window, you've absolutely missed. Like, that is... So, when you're placing the smokes with Omen, if you already have trouble, you know, where to place them and how to place them, look at the minimap. Minimap is your best friend, always. So, navigate this smoke on your screen, and then when you need to be precise, open the minimap. You know, this smoke should be covering this angle and this angle. That is the window gap. Bam. Now we have a perfect smoke for window. So if it happens that you're missing the placement of these smokes a lot, navigate the smoke with the shadow form, and then open the minimap, and with your WASD keys, whatever, put it perfectly, place it perfectly on that spot.
One T.
Cover going.
Because to be honest, like, that gap is so big, you can put a fucking Shaq in that gap. Like only if that Shaquille O'Neal is peeking behind that smoke, only he is not gonna see this Sova or whoever is with the B set right now.
It's Sova? Where you left?
Sova, where you left? Weeby?
Oh!
But this is something I don't get, bro. Like this is an enigma for me in this VOD review. Like, this is the enigma. This is the question that I cannot answer. Like, I don't know how he is not ready for these fights. You know, where are you looking at? If you're not looking at your screen right now.
You left?
Oh!
Oh, I'm gonna make that my new sub sound. To be honest. Oh, oh. I'm not gonna repeat. Like, we talked about these type of rounds a lot of times, and we discussed everything. Oh, too late. One more tip that I need to give you is if it is already the last round, buy some secondary weapons on the bomb site that you might use to fuck up the enemies. You know, like, if you're defending A set of Haven, why not? Bait the enemies with a Phantom, try to kill them here, try to kill them here, and then... I mean, gold players. Come on. And I'm really glad you died here. I'm really glad you died here. Because you wanted to pick a fucking orb that you don't need to pick. Fuck this orb, bro. Like, you pick this orb only when you're 100% certain that no one is in the aiming area of the map. And only when you really need it. But with Omen risking your life for that orb, I don't... It's almost never worth it. Only if you know that enemies are doing a 5-man push on C, and you want to pick it up to have the ultimate to rotate immediately. And that's it. Overall, like, in your gameplay, you have a lot of these bad habits that didn't lose you the rounds in this match, but are the core problem of why like you have a negative win rate right now. Enemy outlines on red are fine, or always use yellow. It's a personal preference, whatever you see better. The only thing I would stay away is purple. Purple is really shit in Valorant. Bro, that dead after he died to chamber. I think changing enemy colors might help. Maybe use yellow. Oh, and playing long every round is that bad too. You play the bomb set where you think enemies will go next. Like in this match, I would have played the whole game around B set and garage. Like if you see that enemies in 90% of rounds are contesting your teammates on B, garage, and C, why the fuck would you play A site? If the main focus of enemies in that match is C, garage, and B. Oh, that was only defender side. 2.5 hours. Great. Okay, let's see what he does on attack. So, on the attacker side of Haven, very simple map. A set number 2 priority, C set number 2, A set number 1, C set number 2, B set number 3. Generally speaking, in low elo and medium elo, in the first 4 to 6 rounds, you really want to avoid ending up on the B side. It's really hard for you to control every fight that your teammates are gonna take. It's really hard to expect the timings of enemies' pushes, peeks, and shit like that. Not worth it. Test the enemies first on A and C, and then decide do you even need the B side. Taking garage control as the default play is always a solid idea. Destroying the enemy's sentinel utility there, pushing the enemies back. That's gonna pull out some kind of an response from the enemies and rotation. But usually the best idea in the first round of Haven is if enemies have 0 sentinels, chamber, fuck you, he doesn't count. 3 rounds in a row, do a 5-man push on C, and then in a 4th round, fake C go A, for an example. If enemies have 1 sentinel, in the first round do a 5-man push on A, and then based on how the first round goes, decide what to do next. You don't want to touch this area of the map when enemies are eco, hull buy, or bonus on a defender's side. And that's it. B2A in the first round is OP as fuck. Yeah, it's OP as fuck when you're not playing in gold elo. And with Omen, if you're playing in low elo, always go for some kind of an aggressive play in the first round. You cannot trust your Reyna and ISO to enter the bomb site. And to be honest, like, when you have only Reyna and ISO as a duelist, I mean, you're playing Omen as a duelist, to be honest. I don't know what you're waiting here, like, the first round should always be a fast 5-man aggressive push somewhere. What are we waiting for? For enemies to get info in garage, mid, C, run, 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 run. We don't know what enemies are doing. We don't know how they are positioned. Jump spot enemies on long. Take the long control. Lead your teammates in. You don't need to be first contact, just jump spot the enemies, you know. Move your allies. And how you, like, okay, so how this round should look like. Hey guys, let's push A site. Start here. Do this. You feel scared doing that, no problem. Jump spot the enemies. Guys, there's a chamber there with Arena. Okay, TP here. From this angle, we can engage this guy. Try to kill him. Try to kill this dude. This is the position from which you want to fight your teammates, enemies with your teammates. You don't want to take this type of a fight with a classic pistol. I mean, to be honest, you didn't even take a fight. Like, you're just tanking in damage at this point.
Enemy spotted. Reload.
Relax a bit with your shots. Like, I mean, it's a semi-automatic weapon. Take your time. You don't need to rush out, like, especially, you know, with a classic pistol, you need to hit headshots on this distance.
Enemy spotted. Reloading.
One right.
Chamber. Not bad. I love where we are going. We should be doing this play in the first round, but there is only one problem. And that problem is the aggressive smoke should never be the first smoke. Because if the aggressive smoke is the first smoke, you give enemies a lot of time to think. You know? Like, yeah, I know these enemies are not maybe the brightest tool in the shed, but, you know, if I see that smoke, I'm gonna camp inside of it. I'm waiting for you. Basically, the time distance between your aggressive smoke and teleport should never be more than 2 seconds. Like, 2 seconds is already a bit too much. Not too much, but just on the edge. Okay, we got a bit lucky. Second teleport that you're doing, you need to be mega precise with this teleport. Like, you cannot just randomly teleport wherever the fuck you want. Like, okay, you TP here, you have a lot of options. You can just relax, chill, peek on the timing of your teammates, and just engage enemies together with your teammates. You know? Second option, TP there. Third option, TP there. All of this is fine. But we need to teleport deep. If you teleport here, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Good job. The only problem here is, like, when you're doing this outplays, if you're already not fighting enemies, during this whole play that you're doing, your eye should be on the minimap. And if your eyes were on the minimap, you should kill this chamber first before hunting the deadlock in the smoke. Like, whenever you're using the smokes, using the shrouded steps, using paranoia, your eyes are on the minimap. You're not fighting the enemies on your screen. You're teleporting. You're going for an outplay. You're using utility. Like, you don't need screen for that. This is fucking cinema, man. This is the best VOD review I ever did in my life, man. Like, for a long time, I didn't have funnier VOD review, to be honest. Cinema, man. Absolute fucking cinema. Good play. This is why we do the aggressive plays in the first round. Nice job. Very nice. What is not nice is hunting this deadlock now with 33 HP. And risking this type of a push. Playing here, no bueno.
One enemy remains.
Once again, you got a bit lucky. Like, that is crazy, man. Like, the timings. Like, so where you should have played with 33 HP right now. Simply you should have went towards the site. You know? And make sure that your Sage can maybe heal you. I mean, we're playing with the Sage. From this position, we can play that trading game with the Sage. Maybe Sage can use us for a refrag or some shit like that. But doing this solo play, you didn't know if the deadlock is still camping the smoke. I mean, the guy in the smoke always has the advantage over you. That was mega risky there. And playing in this angle is almost never worth it. Like, literally the worst angle in the game. Didn't we see the guy on top of the tower?
Go ahead there, I see.
You can answer me through private messages on Discord, but just tell me for how long you did the map awareness training that I shared with you. Did you do it every day? Did you do it at all? I'm just curious. I shared some kind of a training with this guy, like at the end of February, I think. Like, I don't... You know, a lot of times when people buy coaching, like, they don't do shit, like, basically. I'm just curious. I want to know, like, so that I can give you maybe a better training or a new training, you know, like... If you didn't do it, then do it, like...
Then say,
Go ahead there, I see.
can you heal?
Reloading.
No.
7 seconds
Cover
before.
going out.
Once again, unnecessary smoke. Let that brimstone peek you. Let that brimstone fight you, like, right now. You just position under the balls of the brimstone. Circumcise that guy, man, like, you know. No family for that dude. He wanna drop down. Triple shot, easy kill. He wanna peek from that position. Sage can, you know, fight from the side, you fight from below, like. Why would you do this smoke?
Cover going out.
No reason. Fuck it, man. Like, no. You know, while you were doing that smoke, he could have peeked your, I don't know, maybe peeked you or peeked your Sage. One guy dies on timing, you don't have the gun out, like. You're just risking the timings for no reason with this utility. You should have stayed with the classic pistol here. Like when you're low HP in this pistol rounds, and you're already fighting close range fights, or you have an option to fight close range fights. Triple shot is your best friend. You know, going for that right click, pretty solid idea.
Come here, heal.
Healing you.
Thanks.
Now we can play with the ghost.
Okay, he's
Enemy spotted.
Shh.
Please don't pick this. Don't lose this round.
Last player standing.
Crazy stuff. But I'm gonna share with you another perspective. You know, we talked about this so many times already. So, you didn't lose this round. But at the end of the day, why would you feed that brimstone with the ultimate points? You know, you can also think in that direction. Look, isn't it better for me to win this round without anyone dying? Anyways, I'm playing Omen. I have teleport as the ultimate. Who the fuck cares about my ultimate points? If I win this round and Brimstone doesn't get a single kill, he dies from the spike as well. You know, that's how I want to win the round. Like, you need to min-max things consistently. Like, think about the economy, about the ultimate points, about your economy, enemy's economy. You search for the kills too much. Now, in this round, you should push ASAT again. Like, that's why I said, like, what you should do in a second round against this team composition heavily depends what you do in the first round. But what you see in the first round. So in the first round, you saw ISO and Chamber playing A site. That means that Deadlock is probably somewhere in the garage C or B. Brimstone is also C, B, or garage player. Reyna is also C, B, or garage player. Like, you always gamble on information that you have. If Chamber and ISO are defending A site, what the fuck can they do? Nothing. Like, if you use our utility properly, and we push to get nothing. Like, Chamber can maybe get a kill with a Headhunter, but we should be able to trade him, and that's it. We have a Paranoia to push him back anyways. And why would I go C now? But to be honest, like, as long as you don't push B site or garage in this second anti-eco round, everything is fine. Should be fine. They might stack C, so we go A again. Or R&D stack in low elo. Brother, like, stacking C set, you're not gonna see that until Immortal 3, like, or Radiant. Very, very rarely in solo queue. But the problem is, it makes more sense going A set again in this round. To create a bit more of an unpredictable pattern of pushing, you know. Like basically, if you win the first round on A of Haven, it's a really good idea pushing 2 times more A set as well. It's far more unpredictable, and then in the 4th round, you have very high chances of winning that round. Like you can fake A, go C. You can do some kind of, like, that's an unpredictable pattern of pushing. If you just go A, C, B, A, C, B, G, like, I know what you're doing. I know what to expect and what not to expect. I would highly advise you. This is one more tip. Very important tip. Whenever you're pushing something fast, without recon abilities, be the first one running in front of your teammates and jump spot angles for them. Like in low elo, mechanic that is the most underused is jump spotting. Like I see people jump spotting never. Very rarely. Most of the times it is not even good. If the call is let's do a 5-man push on C, run in front of your teammates, jump spot the C long, get the info, get ready for a fight, swing out based on the information that you gathered together with your teammates. Your teammates are not gonna do that. You will need to do that for them.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
Shadows traveling. Disappear.
Okay, we took that Brimstone kill. Where are we teleporting? Like, this is why I was complaining about your teleports on a defender side, because on attack I didn't know what I'm gonna see. Like, where do you want to teleport? You don't know how many enemies are on C site. We didn't clear any angle. We don't have a recon tool as well, so I didn't do a drone, nothing. Like right now, okay, we can continue pushing C, but on our feet. We can paranoid the enemies on the right side to clear this angle, this angle. We clear this position with a crosser, and we move forward. Wherever you teleport right now, it's a completely 50-50 teleport for no reason. Once again, for no reason. Should I stick to one agent or should I change agent? I'm bronze, by the way, but I think I deserve silver gold. You should watch my video on YouTube called How to Choose Main Agent in Valorant 2025.
Traveling. Cover going out.
Reloading.
Shadows traveling.
Reload.
Scanning ahead. Scanning ahead.
Cover going out.
Reloading.
Shadows traveling. Disappear.
That was crazy, bro. That was fucking crazy. A round like this happens, you say, well played, and you move on to the next one. And the next time you're pushing C long, we make sure that we clear that right angle ourselves. I don't know if I also would have cleared that angle, to be honest. Like, especially because Reyna, it seemed like she cleared, I don't know. Like, I can't lie. I don't know if I would have checked that angle myself there, in this situation as well. Just go next. He's playing so aggro, he would be the best gold ISO. I also think that, based on his playstyle, like, my Omen is good for him. It's good for him to teach him, like, more about the fucking map awareness and when to go for these aggressive plays and stuff. Yeah, I think that he would maybe find more success on some other agent. I mean, he's playing Jet. his main agent is actually Jet, it's not Omen. But it's good for him to pay more attention on the minimap, to slow down a bit, to understand when to go in, when to do this, do that. Like, it's gonna be so easy for him to rank up later with some other character. Like, I would leave him like 2-3 more months on Omen, and then change it to something else. I mean, if he's doing this type of plays on Omen, can you imagine him like playing ISO? My dude would just pull out a shield, full shield, run through the enemy's molotovs, through the utility, through the... You cannot put this type of a player on an ISO immediately. He would like do so many shit plays. Jet and Omen are okay for him for now. Oh, we won this round, maybe?
Don't buy, don't buy. You buy.
No one will guess that no one will guess that ISO is smart. No, what enemy ISO did like that was I wouldn't expect it, to be honest, like in this elo, and considering how we started, I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh.
Next round.
Listen, if your teammates are forcing in a bonus round, force with them. Like, basically, if your teammates don't want to follow the basic rules of economy, it makes no sense for you to follow the basic rules of economy. It is what it is. Like, you're not gonna save in this round, and then in the next round you play a full buy, and 4 of your teammates play half buy, or eco. Like, if your teammates are stupid, you need to make the most out of their stupidity. And also in this round, I don't understand why you're only playing with a shorty and nothing else. So, you have 3,450 credits after buying a shorty and all of the utility. Invest every credit that you're not gonna use in the next round. Everything. But buy a sheriff with a light shield. Buy a stinger with a light shield. Buy a shorty with a heavy shield. Like, maybe one of your teammates is gonna die. You pick up their weapons. Voila. Now you play a full buy round. You know? I mean, here, since we're moving... I mean, we're not moving anywhere, to be honest. Like, one huge tip with Omen on Haven. So listen here, very important. Whenever you see that one of your teammates is gonna peek the window, and that teammate doesn't have any support, a teleport, dash ability, flash, always give that teammate a one-way smoke for B main. You need to do this. Look at the minimap, drop it in the air, bam. It's not gonna fully support that teammate. It might not be in time there. And it doesn't matter. At least you tried. If nothing else. At the end of the day, enemies are gonna have this pressure making smoke. And they will consistently need to be like, what the fucker? You know, they don't know what we're gonna do with that smoke. Or start with the paranoia, I don't know, like, but if ISO peeks the window right now, we might be -1 immediately.
Let's go mid to B, mid to C.
Yes, sir. Love it, love it, love it. Like, I love... I don't know, but... Sorry, I turned it into a French for a second. Like, where do you see this type of place? Like, who told you that peeking alone window is a good idea? What the fuck? Like, literally, the worst. The worst peak you can do in game. Like, there's probably some other peaks that are worse, but this is like top 5 most retarded peaks you can do in Valorant. Top 5. Solo. without any utility. Brother, you're not tense. You're not Demon 1. Like, you are Gold 1 player, brother. Like, there can be 3 enemies holding you from B main. Like, what do you expect, man?
Ah!
Okay, this is on you again. So, what you wanted to do here in this round was totally fine. You should have invested more credits. But when you go for this close range play with a shorty, and you wanna maybe take the garage control or go into the window, always down spot this angle first. Just to get an approximate idea if enemies can be here, 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 or anywhere in the window. And you cannot go for a blind teleport. Like, if you wanna go for an aggressive play in window, you need to put this type of a smoke and then teleport in this corner. And then from this corner, you're entering the smoke silently, don't make a footstep, and then clearing the right side of the window, like this, and then clearing the front side of the window, like this. And then, you know, we can maybe jump onto the, I don't know, where are the enemies, like. You will reveal them during this teleport anyways. Wow. If I smoke like this, when my teammates go window, I'll receive a loot of flame. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? If something is good, if something is gonna protect them, I would rather have ISO that is alive right now and flaming me, rather than ISO that is dead and I'm losing the round because of that play.
For you, hermanita.
I didn't watch this VOD. But if he teleports on top of the tower, I'm gonna lose my shit, to be honest. And he seems like a guy that is gonna teleport on top of the tower with a phantom in a full buy round. He just looks like that type of a player.
Revealing area.
Where is the aggression now? My dude has a big cock on a defender's side, but on attack we are scared to pick together with our teammates. Huh? Show me that big cock on the attack, brother. Like, you let your ISO fight alone. Fight with him. my guy is allergic to refrag potential. And like, literally, he has an allergy to team play. I don't know, man. Like, take some medicine. Like, what the fuck?
Revealing area.
Like, it doesn't get easier than this, bro. Like, you're baiting the shit out of ISO. Your crosser should be in the wall. ISO takes a swing. He takes an initial fight. You take a fight, kill the enemy in the long, and that's it. Like,
Enemy spotted A.
Jump on mid life.
okay.
Breaking them.
Ooh. I mean, I don't know what to say here. Like, so he's going for the aggressive play again. But in a first full buy round against the full buy enemies, I would actually try a default play the first time I'm hitting like A site or C site. Just to see how enemies are gonna respond to a default execute. You know, like smoke on tower, smoke in CT, paranoia at the backside. Because anyways, A site is defended by Chamber and ISO. And, I mean, Deadlock and Brimstone are playing C and B. Like, if you're pushing like a bomb site that is not defended by a sentinel or initiator, like, I mean, they don't have that much utility. I would try a default play, you know, in the first full buy round. Because if they don't have a response to my default play, they're fucked. Like, if you cannot defend a bomb site against a full-on default execute, you better have a really good retakes. You better have a really good retakes. Because this setup, you know, it's not really fucking up your team as that much. This smoke on top of these boxes is still covering the tower on both short and long. And we're covering the CT. But, you know, it's still not without any risk. We do it mainly in eco rounds, halberd rounds, bonus rounds, when we're in some kind of a disadvantage. And when you notice in the first 4 to 6 rounds that you cannot stop, that your teammates are bad. You know, like they don't know how to execute a site. They don't know how to take space. They're too passive, you know?
Cover going out. Stealing sight.
Call it paranoia. Map awareness once again.
Spike down A.
I mean, it worked. But once again, you didn't do this play as you should.
One top, one top. One top, one top.
Charlatan. Nano net lineups. Bro.
Plant a spike.
Map awareness is just next level bad. Next level bad. As I said, man, like, just tell me through private messages, like, you know, did you do the training? Did, you know, what happened there?
Omen, smoke.
Nope.
No. One top, one more. Oh man,
Enemy remaining.
Help, 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 help.
Last player standing.
Let us hunt.
Can you all come see, please?
Shadows traveling.
Good communication there. He said please, and a nice voice tone.
Cover going out.
OP.
Watch them run.
Absolute waste of utility. Like, if you want to do this, like, if you want to use your ultimate to make a sandwich out of the enemies and to teleport on site, like, first of all, you know, we need to take this space with our team. Like, I'm not gonna use my ultimate from this position. I'm gonna first get into this cubby and then use the ult. So, I wanna push C. Okay. Jump spot this. Bait out the shot from the op. Get here. Give my teammates the smoke.
Cover going out.
Give my teammates a paranoia.
Stealing sight.
My teammates are moving in. Then I'm using the teleport.
Watch them run.
Like, I'm not gonna use that
Is ready.
2 of my smokes only. And use my teleport when my teammates are not moving in. I cannot teleport. I mean, and also enemies might destroy your TP completely. And the reason why we do it from this spot is if enemies destroy my teleport, I'm still pretty close to my teammates and I can just connect with them and push with them. Like, this is a waste of a smoke, second smoke, and the ultimate, essentially. Unless the enemy Brimstone just doesn't know where the fuck we teleport.
Shadows traveling.
No, this is gonna be a cinema 100%. I'm ready.
OP.
I'm ready for a cinema.
Watch them run.
Two backside,
Spike down C.
Man, it could have been so good, bro.
Making cover.
It could have been so good. Okay, listen. One of the best plays you can do against the operator that is holding the C long. First of all, if your teammates are just swinging the operators and dying from the op, always support them with the smokes. Your teammates are swinging C long every round and dying here.
Cover going out.
Fuck it. Your teammates are swinging A main and dying from the op. Fuck it.
Shadows traveling.
Window. Fuck it. Like, the purpose of utility is to make sure that we don't die as we are taking the space and fighting the enemies. So even if you waste 1-2 smokes to cover up your teammates and make them alive, it's fine. Whatever. But the best way to counter the op that is holding basically A long and C long is by doing this. Always. They don't hear your teleport, and they will never expect you peeking them from left to right. You can take this fight, and if the Brimstone is holding C long from that position, his crosser is there. Easy kills, you know. And I mean, with Omen, like teleporting basically instead of this corner and then taking a fight with a chamber, or I mean, it's just you have so many different variations that you can do to fuck up the enemies.
Got the spike.
I don't know why you play A.
The Deadlock saved his ass. No, Deadlock is MVP there. I guarantee if Deadlock was not playing that site, Brimstone wouldn't give a fuck.
So
What's the easiest way to deal with majority of toxic teammates in ranked? Mute them. Easiest way.
Over there.
Gun here.
Over there.
ah!
Just a moment. I hate speaking about these basic things, like, but one of the biggest problems for you when you're engaging the enemies in any type of a fight is angle perception topic. Like, whenever you're picking the enemies from a wall that is closer to you compared to the enemies, you need to swing that area of the map a bit wider. Or cut a pie. Like, you cannot... There can never be a moment of time where you stop or you walk and you peel that angle. Like, you know, I cannot go through these doors like this. Or like this. By only using one key. You have no fucking idea where are the enemies here. If I do this, but the enemy is there, he sees me. You know, so if I want to engage enemies in the window, it needs to be methodical. Like, basically, you know, I need to jiggle pick this angle, jiggle pick middle of the window, jiggle pick this corner, jiggle pick this corner, jiggle pick this corner, in and out, consistently. Fuck it. I can jump spot the enemies at the end of the day, if you're making the footsteps. If I want to swing the enemies, you know, that are playing window, I cannot half swing and then complete the secondary swing. I'm gonna do this. And if the Brimstone is there, okay, I have the full momentum, I can at least flick, and I'm ready for a fight. I'm not giving him a time to get ready for the fight by exposing my shoulder, my penis, or leg, or whatever, shoulder. So, and if I want to fight this guy, I'm gonna go for even wider swing, essentially, or for a jiggle pick. Like, you have a lot of moments of the time in your gameplay where you don't respect this distance between you, a wall, and an enemy. Like, this angle that you're holding, this is a suicide. Like, if an enemy is slowly engaging you, he sees the tip of your gun already here. I see you there. I can literally pull out the shorty and do this. I don't need to complicate things at the end of the day.
Last player stand.
I think I shared with you some coaching videos that cover the topics of how to engage enemies in a more efficient and better way. Let me just check it, because I might be speaking absolute random shit. Like, just a moment. Did I check? Max Lamar? Yeah. Actually, what? Yeah. Yeah, I shared it with you. Like, it's the additional coaching videos for your improvement. Revise them. You know, like, take the notes for yourself. What's your year of birth? Your year of birth.
Spike down.
Please.
No. Me, I fake.
Revealing area.
And then go research. Just go research.
Okay, listen, if your teammates are faking something, never play with the teammates that are faking. Number one. Number two, you need to give them one smoke. At least one smoke. So the fake is believable. Number 3, there is no reason for 3 players to fake. Usually 2 is more than enough. A sentinel and maybe some secondary duelist.
Shadows traveling.
Oh fuck, did I press? Sorry.
Go fast, 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 fast.
Set, free side.
Shadows traveling.
I mean, in the first round,
Fast, 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 fast.
Set, free side.
Shadows traveling.
in the first round, we got fucked by an ISO that played inside of this angle. Come on, how many times you need to die to learn from your mistakes? Like, we have no idea if an enemy may be pushed all the way here. If an enemy pushed into that corner. If enemies actually rotated. If I'm fighting with 0 information, it costs you $0 to check an angle. $0.
Let's go, Sage.
Shadows traveling.
Nice.
Ooh. And this is a topic I was speaking about, like, during the Feather side. Like, a lot of the times in your gameplay, you need to review your gameplay yourself and pay attention on this topic of keeping your location a secret. Like, for an example here. Okay, we clear the site. Deadlock trap triggered. We have no idea where are the enemies. Like, at this moment of time, I will start shifting. So that enemies don't really know what I'm doing. We cleared everything. Like, we know that, you know, we cleared the backside, we cleared everything. So, there's no real, like, especially running into this smoke is a horrible idea. You don't know if an enemy is in that smoke. We're still 3 versus 5 on the bomb site. Like, our Sova and Reyna are far away. Going for this aggressive play is mega risky. Because, theoretically speaking, like, based on the previous rounds, we don't know how fast enemies rotate. And we don't have that much information.
Nice.
Ah!
Ah!
Oh, bro.
But a solid round overall. Like, I mean, it was a solid fake. You should have given one of the smokes to your teammates. And that's it. Sage has a revive. A revive midget.
2 CT, 2 CT.
Oh yeah. Let the Reyna kill you so she gets a speed boost.
Help Sage!
It's you and me.
No the knife, no the knife, no the knife. He has a shield.
Insecto. There.
Stand aside. My ult is
Out
ready.
of turret. One enemy remaining.
Well,
This match is an absolute cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. It just keeps on delivering, man. Like, you know? It just keeps on delivering. When we are already at the cinema, how much is the mouse losing? Just a moment. I am Dallas. Is that today? Is the finals today? Huh? Oh, it's 40. Wait, only 41,000 people watching. What? They already lost? 3-0? Oh, come on, man. Like, what the fuck is this finals? Ah, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, I really wanted... like Falcons versus Vitality in the finals. Brother, Mouse is such a trash team. I mean, they're like a tier 1.5 team basically. Sometimes tier 1, sometimes tier 2. Falcons is probably the only team that has some chance against Vitality.
You want to play? Let's.
Kaber, your teammates with the smokes. When enemies have the operator. Your teammates, no brain. Your teammates, no jump spotting. Your teammates, no utility. Your teammates, no waiting for utility. Your teammates, de nada. No nada. Nothing. Right now, we saw Chamber is playing A set with the ultimate. Enemy Brimstone also has the op. We need to do this. We need to do it. Take the A long with that smoke. Even if you have only one smoke for the A set execute, absolutely fine. Like, basically in ranked solo queue, one of the main things that you want to make sure that you do is that you minimize the amount of losses that you have in this area of the map. Like, we cannot lose players before we actually go through the choke points. I mean, what the fuck are we doing with our utility if we are allowing the enemies to take the kills in these areas? And if you already know that enemies like to hold these angles and to aggress us.
Play.
Thanks God the Reyna was not the first content.
Don't pick him, let's go B. Let's go B.
Distractions.
Oh, I saw. Missed the ultimate.
Reloading.
Go. Listen. This is another very good tip for you. So, you give your teammates some kind of a call out. It doesn't matter if it is a good or bad call out. What do you do next? You look at the minimap for 5 seconds. 5 seconds minimum. And you see if your teammates are listening to you. If your teammates are not listening, mission abortimus. Play with your most aggressive allies and support them. Your teammates are listening to you. Amazing. Maybe we can win the round. Very good that you did a mission abortimus.
Going out.
He's hooked up.
Reloading.
What is that lineup so deadlock? Like she missed it so many times. Another interesting tip. You rotate from location A to location B. You have no idea in that pathway if there are any illegal aliens. You clear them like you're fucking Trump. Every fucking angle. You know? Because we have no idea where are the enemies right now.
Careful here.
You're not gonna use a paranoia for this.
Blinding.
I can go back. Update or
Enemy spotted B.
Cover going out.
You're in sight.
35 Reyna. Sage, can you revive me?
Absolute fucking cinema, bro. Absolute fucking cinema. Okay, first of all, paranoia, an absolute waste. We are going B. There's no need for this smoke. If, you know, we should have done a smoke here, paranoia here. Then, when you're taking the B side control, if you have this type of a setup, I mean, 90% of times with Omen, like 90% of times, there is no reason for you to do more than this. Like to get with a teleport inside of this corner, and from that corner to engage the enemies. Like, the only time you should be getting on top of the site, eco rounds, half by rounds, Stinger, Bucky, Shorty, you wanna drop a 3P on top and fuck up the enemies behind. Or apply the pressure. But teleporting on top of the B site without a single smoke for C-Link and A-Link. Absolute fucking cinema. Yo, Fear, man. How are you, bro? I'm good. I just came back to Valorant, like. If you want to play some duo queue games, I'm up for that, by the way. Think about it. I need someone to play this game with. I saw you're struggling as well in Ascendant.
Enemy spotted B. In sight.
We need to see this round again. Just a moment. This was cinema, man.
Enemy spotted B.
Cinema.
In sight.
The funny thing, are you EU, bro? Yeah, I'm EU. Yeah. Europa, brother. What I want to say. The funny thing is, like, he took a kill on Brimstone, and he had the balls to go for that Reyna fight, you know, like, I can respect his confidence when he's fighting alone, but his team play, you know, Maximar, brother, like, you cannot play, like, you... It's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. So what I wanted to say is that I discovered your problems already at the tracker review. Like, if you just need to watch the tracker review of this VOD review and that's it, basically. Like, that's your solution. That's what you need to work on. Bro, I warn you, I'm most brain dead player. I use my chamber trip to entry, bro. All good, man. All good. I'll use a Vice ball to entry as well.
Shadows traveling.
It's so good.
I mean, like, listen. If the call out is to shift somewhere and to take space slowly, the first footstep your teammates make, mission abortimus. I mean, if anyone makes a footstep, it's done. Like, it's over. Like, run now. That's it. We talked about this in previous rounds. I don't want to repeat myself. That's all right.
They will cover.
Okay, so you did see Arena, but hopefully we remember that Chamber is also playing A site, and Reyna is maybe doing a double bait setup, and Chamber is playing there. Never mind, Chamber is short, like, of course, killing. No. Sorry. I just this type of plays you cannot correct. Like, it's impossible. Like, just look at where the Sova is using his drone. You cannot correct this, like, you know, this is something that, you know, you need to expect that Reyna and Chamber are long and stuff like that. I mean, there's so many different solutions you could have applied in this game early on to win this match. Now it's already too late. But Sova drone is just something else, man. Like, this spot right here. That's crazy. My Discord is same as my username on Twitch. Just add me.
Shadows traveling.
I don't fix it.
The Q is watch team is bad than another. What? The Q is watch team is better than another.
We're going out. Still.
Also, Fear, like, next week or in 2 weeks from now, yeah, we'll talk through Discord. Fuck it.
Sight. Not there. Hush.
There. Blind fools. There.
Hush.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a brief tip, because you did this play a lot of the times. And a lot of the times you played inside of this corner. Like, when you're doing this type of a play, and generally speaking, when you end up in this position on A side of Haven, you really want to get out of this spot as soon as possible, anywhere else. Like, this is probably the worst position. in combination with this spot, and obviously this spot, where you can be on the A site. It doesn't matter if it is a post plan, during an execute, like, in these positions you don't want to stay way too long. You're playing some kind of a crossfire. You get there with a teleport, get a kill, get the fuck out. Like, if you do this play, you take a kill, move. Start clearing the site. Check the CT. Get towards this position on site, like, go anywhere else.
There.
Especially while you still have the smokes active. Smoke for the tower, smoke for the CT. I mean, you're gonna have some kind of a smoke.
Blind fools.
And if you're already in this spot, your main focus is just the tower. Like this guy up there. And that's it. Like, that is your main danger. You're gonna hear the enemies from CT pushing you. Anyways, your teammates are, you know, coming onto the site through short. They're probably gonna be the first contact with the enemies in CT. But you don't know when this guy is gonna strike. And relax a bit when it comes to this type of a play. Like, I mean, in this game you were not getting punished, but do variations of, like, whenever you do some kind of an Omen aggressive play, there is always like, sorry guys, I'm just tripping, like, I cannot even explain what I'm doing right now. So, you know, when you get here, mix it up a bit, you know? Like, you can go under, you can go here, you can go tower in some eco rounds, halberd rounds. You can do a fake shrouded steps to reveal the enemies and make them think, where the fuck is this Omen? And then, bop, bop, bop. Pick them from top. Don't be too repetitive.
Go back in your cap. You reviving?
Shadows traveling.
Focusing. Stopping fire.
Cover going out.
Destabilize.
We talked about this as well. Bad spot to use the ultimate from. Not gonna ask any questions.
Look behind you.
No reason to push the smoke. Absolutely no reason. Generally speaking, like, when you open up a C site of Haven and your teammates are planting the spike and none of your teammates are aggressing the enemies through CT and through garage, your main job is get on top of these boxes right here. The best postman position. If your teammates are already playing the post plant from the bomb site. Great off angle to kill the enemies in CT, to hold the enemies push through. Garage doesn't get better than that.
1B.
I mean, especially because, you know, how we've been losing the previous rounds. I don't know how you have the confidence to go for this play. Like, how do you trust your teammates so much? Because if you died here, God help us.
Reloading.
One more city. Heal.
This is possibly the worst postman position in which you can be on the C set of Haven. Very easy to get kills on this position. Like, basically you just narrow down, you know, these two angles like this, and you one tap into the box. 90% of times you get a kill onto this guy.
For you.
Thanks.
One enemy remaining.
Last round.
I love that you died here. You know why you died. We talked about this as well.
Point. Shift.
There.
We already discussed, like, all of these scenarios, like, and then what he's missing the most, like, you know, is stupid repeating the stuff, like, that many times.
Don't push, don't push.
If you already don't want to go window, you know, there's no reason for you to stay inside of this doorway. Because if enemies decide to pull out the Odin and spam the wall, you don't want to be on the, you know, in that line of sight. Anyways, you told your teammates don't push, but you see your teammates pushing, get close to the ISO, get ready to refrag them. Also, what I would be more scared of right now is chamber, peeking my teammates from A short. In the previous rounds he did it. We need to protect our teammates from short peek.
Focusing.
Here.
Listen, whenever you have the ISO in the team with the ultimate, like, always try to call for the 5-man push somewhere, preferably onto the bomb site where you only saw one enemy playing there, and just tell ISO to use ultimate immediately onto first enemy. Like, if he just sucked in this Reyna, even if he loses that fight in the ultimate, we just kill that Reyna, you know, at least he trades. The trade is guaranteed. I don't want you to IGL in these lobbies too much, but you need to try to lead your teammates on a macro and micro level when that makes sense. You know, in the worst case scenario, your goal teammate is gonna die, you get a kill and we're 4v4 and we open up the map a bit.
No.
No way we go to overtime.
Brim mid too, Brim mid.
So cringe.
Lolo.
In mid sound.
Player standing.
Brim mid too, Brim mid. Lolo. Mid out.
Last player standing.
Chef. Ça va comme ça va.
You want to play? Let's play.
Blinding.
My territory! I have them now!
Yo! I saw you at the gas station like 2 weeks ago, was super happy to see you, but didn't want to bother you, love your content. I probably looked like a homeless person. 2 weeks ago at the gas station. Where the fuck was I 2 weeks ago? What the fuck, bro? 2 weeks ago. I played like... the tournament was like... a week ago? What rank is this? I just hopped in. I'm gold 1. Gold. Yeah, there is a possibility I was at a gas station. There is a chance. Our friend needs to make. He needs to make a YouTube channel. Like all of these plays, at least. Maybe they're not smart, maybe they're sometimes dumb, but they're always an absolute fucking cinema. The screams make it, yeah. but the funny thing is, okay, you know, like, he survives all of this. You know, we already talked how he should take the window. He needs to smoke the window. He needs to teleport in this corner. Then with the teleport clear, you know, the enemies on the left. Then through the smoke, you know, clear the window. Fuck all of that. Just go straight in. Okay. Then he peeks this angle, like there's no one there, with their judge. Not with a classic pistol, with their judge. He sees the Reyna there. He's running away from the Reyna. On the minimap, he sees 3 enemies. He decides to pull out the classic pistol and fight this guy. Listen, Max Lamar, brother. First thing I need you to do is answer on the questions that I've asked you during this VOD review. Please watch this VOD review from beginning to the end. You just need to. You just need to. And once you answer on all of these questions, And like, then we're gonna talk about any other problem. Like in the next 7 days, you can ask me any question. I'm there for you 24/7. And, but the problem in your gameplay is that your situational awareness is pretty bad. You know, like, I mean, to fix these problems, like, you need to study the playbook a bit more. You need to have some set in stone plays that you do. You need to, like, ask yourself, before you teleport, ask yourself, like, what are the chances of me surviving this teleport? I mean, like, you just do blind, like you play the game like you have wall hacks, while you should be playing the game like you're paranoid and schizophrenic, basically, like. I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem. That's maybe the main problem. You play way too alone without your allies, and when you have a chance to play with your teammates, fuck you guys. Crazy. Crazy. Like, you just watch this VOD from beginning to the end, and then I'll be more than glad to chit-chat with you through private messages about anything. You play in tournaments? No, not Valorant. I play like PUBG, CS2 in free time. Do you do like live game coaching? I hate doing that because it is impossible. Like, I mean, I don't do that unless I'm doing 1 month coaching or ultimate coaching with players. You know? Because when I do 1 month or ultimate coaching, then players actually understand what I want. Like, I already discussed with a player what he should be doing. It's easy to lead that player. But if I take this type of a player and I'm telling him what to do, players usually get lost. It's a very fast-paced game, especially if you know, especially if you like just if you play Omen or Jet, like, you need to make decisions in a split of a second. Where can I play for coaching? Discord server. What rank are you in CS2? I got 700 elo on Face It like in less than 50 matches. But my peak elo on Face It was like top 350 players in Europe. But that was like in 2016. I mean, I was global elite, like, if that is easier for you, like, Face It level 10, global elite, like. In 2017, I had 2,700 elo on Face It. It was considered high at that time. Now it's like, you know, nothing. Dust. Absolute cinema. Okay, guys. This one was a really long VOD review. Thank you for watching, all of you guys on YouTube. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, join Discord server for coaching. Soon, I will organize 4 or 5 giveaways for free coaching. I mean, you can get this type of a VOD review. like it's nothing, you know? Like, yeah, that's it.